Very picky about my food, but yeah, we all kind of plan it together, so.
Who can bring everyone back up after a tough loss?
I would say Amy. I think she's very positive. I also think I'm also pretty positive too, and I think we try to bring everybody up together, and yeah.
Who do you have to thank this week? Who's really helped your team get to this point?
Definitely our family, friends, all of our coaches. We have a huge support system at the Saville Center, so just everybody has been super helpful, and yeah, family, friends.
Final question. What would it mean to wear the blue jacket at the Scott Tournament of Hearts?
Oh, it would be like the best feeling in the world, like unbelievable, and just, yeah, it would be an amazing feeling and the goal eventually, so yeah.
All right, well, good luck, play well, have fun this week.
You.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
So I'll start with the basics. How long has your team been together? Are there any new members this season? And what is your home club?
So we're from the Saville Community Sports Center, and this is actually my first year on the team. And then one of our teammates, she's playing third for this event. This is her second year, and then our lead in second, this is their third year. And our skip, who's away, she's also a third year, but yeah. So I'm the new member on the team this year.
Someone was missing.
Yes.
Does everyone live together, or is there a lot of travel required to make this team work?
No, right now we all are in Edmonton. Not all from Edmonton, but right now we're all living in Edmonton, so it works very good for practice.
Do you think that gives your team any strengths, being that close together?
Yeah, we're together all the time, every day, practicing, working out together. We're super close.
Yeah. Best friends. Best friend curling team.
Yes.
Who coaches your team, and what strengths do they bring?
Our coach is Jess Amundsen, and she is very positive. She has a lot of experience, so she really knows what's up, and she knows strategies. She's super smart, and yeah, she's a really good friend too. She's always there for us, always making us laugh.
You guys might be the tightest knit team.
Yes.
What is the identity of your team? What does your team do well, and how are you going to use that to win games this week?
Well, I think we all have the same goals in mind. We all love curling, and we all train really hard and want to be here, and so I think training together, always being together, just really working towards our goals together.
Now, onto team roles. Who would you say is the best communicator on the team? Who's really driving information on the ice?
I would say Amy. She's very positive, and she always knows how to tell people what they need to hear. Very good.
So I'll transition that. What about off the ice? Who's kind of the jokester of the team? Who keeps things fun at the hotel?
Still Amy, yes. She's always cracking a lot of jokes, making us all laugh.
Who would you say is the DJ on the road? Who handles the pregame pump-up music?
Oh, that's a good question. We usually all have our own music, but yeah, I don't know. We all are very like music. Amy's always singing too, so.
It's like that athletic, everyone's got the earbuds in.
Yes.
Who'd you say is the foodie on the team? Who's always planning meals or restaurants? Or who's the picky eater maybe?
Well, I would say I'm definitely the picky eater. Yes, I'm very picky about my food, but yeah, we all kind of plan it together, so.
Who can bring everyone back up after a tough loss?
I would say Amy. I think she's very positive. I also think I'm also pretty positive too, and I think we try to bring everybody up together, and yeah.
Who do you have to thank this week? Who's really helped your team get to this point?
Definitely our family, friends, all of our coaches. We have a huge support system at the Saville Center, so just everybody has been super helpful, and yeah, family, friends.
Final question. What would it mean to wear the blue jacket at the Scott Tournament of Hearts?
Oh, it would be like the best feeling in the world, like unbelievable, and just, yeah, it would be an amazing feeling and the goal eventually, so yeah.
All right, well, good luck, play well, have fun this week.
You.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
How long has your team been together? Are there any new members this year? And what club do you play out of?
Okay, so this is our first year as a foursome, but we've all played together on different teams. So Jesse and I played together in Saskatchewan, and then Christy and the other Jesse have played together forever before. And then the two Jessies played together last year, and then now we're all together. So first year, and we were from the Sexsmith Curling Club.
It is the most interesting answer for your team to that question for sure because of the mishmash.
Intermingling.
Yes. So does everyone kind of live close together, or is there a lot of travel required to make your team work?
I don't think we could almost have more distance, drivable distance. Flying would be a little different, but no, we are not close between Grand Prairie, Edmonton, Lethbridge, and Moose Jaw.
So how do you make things work? Is there a lot of kind of individual practicing, a lot of team communication on the group chat, or?
Yeah, we practice a lot on our own and play in leagues by ourselves, so that's just what we have to do. And then we try to have a team practice when we go to events.
Who coaches your team, and what strengths do they bring?
We have Leslie McEwen coaching us this year. She didn't coach us all season. We just kind of got her on board this last little while, which is fantastic. She's coached Jesse Hunkin for years, and then also has coached Jesse Hyen, and then coached myself as well. So she's a great asset. She knows so much information, and she just brings such a positive energy to us.
What would you say the identity of your team is? What are you good at? What are your strengths, and how are you going to use that to win games this week?
As far as playing?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, our strengths, we're all moms, so we're just like chill.
That counts.
Yeah. But I feel like we have every shot, and we can bring every shot. We have lots of experience on our team, and we're just going to, go lay it all out on the line and see what happens.
As far as team roles, who would you say is the lead communicator on the team who's really driving information on the ice?
Probably Christy is, yeah. She's the wise one on the team.
What about off the ice? Who would you say is kind of the jokester of the team?
Also Christy. She's the talker.
Who's the DJ on the road? Who handles the pregame pump-up music?
Well, we hardly travel together since we're all coming from different directions. So, I mean, in my vehicle, it's my two kids. So it's Miss Rachel. She's definitely the song of choice. But we don't have any real DJ.
Who'd you say is the foodie of the team who's like really picky about what restaurants you're going to when you're on tour?
We're not picky. We try to hit up Mr. Mike's if there is one, since they're one of our sponsors. But no, we all like to eat, so we're not picky.
Who can bring everybody back up after a tough loss?
Probably also Christy. She's wise, and she always has the right words to say and knows when to say them, and that's definitely her strength.
Sounds like Christy's the captain of this ship to me.
She's good.
Who do you have to thank this week who's really helped your team get to this spot?
Probably our families, to be honest. We are all moms, so three of us have little kids, and Christy has boys that are busy in hockey, so our moms, our dads, are the grandparents of the kids, and then our husbands, and definitely our sponsors. They help get us here. Without them, we would have a hard time paying for everything when it is so much travel and it's so expensive just to do anything nowadays. So, the family and the sponsors.
Last question, final question. What would it mean to wear the blue jacket at the Scott Tournament of Hearts?
It would be a different feeling for me, but I would enjoy it just as much as a green jacket. Wearing the green jacket 3 times has been an honor, and I would be very proud and honored to wear a blue jacket too.
Well, thanks. Good luck this week. Play well.
Thank you. Thanks.
round them up, move them in. No place for your saddle and cowboy boots after the Calgary Stampede? At Sentinel Storage, we are proud to provide you with storage solutions that safeguard your valuables. Whether you're moving, renovating, or simply require extra space, we offer convenient and secure storage that caters to all needs. Find the Sentinel storage you need close to home. For a free estimate, visit sentinel.ca.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
It is Thursday night at the Vern Poffenroth Memorial Arena in the Peter Lougheed Community Center here in Rimbey, Alberta. And tonight we have our A-qualifier match between Team Silvernagle and Team Richards at the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. If you're at home watching this game or wherever you're at, you are viewing it through Curling Stadium. My name is Evan Asmussen. I am joined by Selena Sturmey, and we are about to get going here in end number 1 of our A-qualifier match. Stones are about to be thrown, matches underway, and tonight will be the first team through to our page playoff in our championship weekend. Selena, good evening. We are both at home, not in Rimbey ourselves. We can hear and see the crowds behind and along sides of the sheet. Welcome. What do we have in store for this evening?
Yeah, do you know what? I think we're going to have a really good game. We have a experienced Team Silvernagle playing a younger Team Richards, but nonetheless, I expect a lot of great shots to be made, and I'm just excited to experience it with you.
Now, Selena, of course, you are no stranger to this event and no stranger to coming through that page playoff and making yourself into the finals and through to the championship, into the Scotties itself. As we introduce ourselves and our teams today, we have Team Silvernagle, First Rocks, Christy Moore, Second Stones, Jesse Hyen, Third, Jesse Hunkin, skip Robyn Silvernagle, coach Leslie McEwen. They're representing the Sexsmith Curling Club. We have Team Richards currently throwing right now with their lead, Rachel Jakes, second, Sophie Ryerchuk, third, Emma Yarmick, and their skip, Gracelyn Richards. They do have an alternate, Amy Wheatcroft, and their
10-8.
coach,
Sorry, I thought it was
Jessica
gonna move more.
Amundsen, and they represent the Saville Community Sports Center. Both of these teams have qualified through a pre-qualifier, not through the pre-qualifying event, but through their point system. So, Selena, knowing that piece of information, we kind of expected maybe we would see these two teams switching.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? I think Team Silvernagle beat Team Skrillex this afternoon to get them to the spot. And Richards had a couple good games against, I think, Team Shannon yesterday, or this morning. So definitely two of one of the top teams here, and that's what you expect in this format.
Easy. Clean. Easy.
So our end is underway here in our first end of play. Seeing a little bit of open play by both teams. We had the opportunity to listen in to their pregame practice, but also, Selena, you and I were watching the two previous games, and we noticed that between these two teams, they do like to have a little bit of they like to put some rocks in play, but this end they're choosing to just feel it out.
Yeah, totally. I think in a 10-end game, there's a lot of ends to play. So these players are just looking to get comfortable with the ice and kind of smooth into the game a little bit. So expecting a blank, but you never know until it's over.
Hard. Clean. Good. Nice throw. 10-2. Oh.
So wonderful hit and roll by Jesse Hyan as the teams are slowly uncovering the paths. New sheet for some of these teams here, and definitely a new time of the day. We're at the 7 p.m. draw. Both of these teams just came off of the ice beforehand. So they're quick to learn these paths and quick to learn this sheet. And hopefully for the next 10 ends, we're going to have a wonderful game.
Sorry, 10-7. Can you guys say the weight louder? Sorry, it's okay. Sorry, I just didn't know, like...
Interesting comment made by Gracelyn Richards. Obviously, they just came off the ice, maybe with a lower or a lighter crowd in the afternoon. 7 p.m. Rimbey is bumping this evening. There's a cornhole championship, I believe, at the event tonight. All those Rimbians are getting ready to toss some bean bags, but of course, watch some curling first. Gracelyn just recognizing that it is louder in the building this evening. Also, this afternoon, there was only 2 sheets of play going. We are now back to full 4 sheets of play. How does that impact these two teams coming off of their afternoon game into this one this evening, Selena?
Clean.
Yeah, I think it just ultimately comes down to, the communication systems that you have in place. In louder arenas, you definitely have to
10-2.
To have those systems in place. A lot of the times you can't hear the skip, and the skip can't hear you as sweepers. So you have to have good hand signals and a way of communicating, not necessarily verbally.
So I know we didn't talk about this, but I'm going to put you a little bit on the spot. Let's think about some keys for the game here. We know Silvernagle quite well, and we know Richards and the Bears and Pandas programming too as well that is offered through the University of Alberta at the Saville Community Center. We can come up with some kinds of key aspects for the game. What are we looking out of Team Silvernagle today if they want to be successful in this A-qualifier?
Really good.
I think it comes down to ice reading, really, for both teams. I think from what I watched previously on the last couple draws, there was a lot of tendencies of overcurl. So I think it's really at the end of the day, whoever can kind of get a hand of the ice first and put the broom down and make the most shots.
Okay,
well, and we know that Robyn Silvernagle, though she's vying for the blue and gold this time around, she is synonymous with the Saskatchewan colors and our neighbors next door. She comes with a ton of experience, and so does her team, including Christy Moore and Jessie Hyen in the front end, Jessie Hunkin in the back end. And that is something that we can definitely expect, and their expertise is catching on to the ice quickly. And for Team Richards, representing the green and gold out of the University of Alberta and the Saville Community Sports Centre, what are some keys to their evening if they are going to be successful in this A-QUALIFIER?
Yep. I think for them it's just staying to their processes. You know that U of A is really stringent on,
Just fell right at the end. Close one.
having processes in place for what they do. And I think Team Richards just needs to stick to that and what they practice and just stick to what they know, I guess.
Yeah.
And I find that super important, especially when you are a young and up-and-coming team. And by no means does that diminish Team Richards here this evening. They are widely successful, and they have been curling throughout the province for a number of years. But when you do find yourself in a matchup against somebody who is as decorated right throughout the lineup as Team Silvernagle, those processes for sure would be something that would definitely benefit this team.
4-3. Okay, good. 4-3. There's like a spot there, Rach. Yeah. 4-3. Good judge.
So prior to us tuning in live here, we did have the pre-game practice where both teams were able to step out onto the ice and get a feel, but also participate in the last stone draw. We do have our first end of play with Team Richards being able to cover the pin in their practice, and Team Silvernagle, of course, will be looking to defend. So we have Team Richards with the hammer this end as we see Robyn Silvernagle with her first stone of the first end.
Yeah.
So Selena, just thinking about the last stone draw, in previous years, the last stone draw became a very particular aspect of this event when it was an 8-team round robin. This event is a 12-team triple knockout for the first time in a while. And so that last stone draw now is just for the hammer as these teams will be qualifying through qualifiers. But what does that last stone draw do for especially a team like Richards getting into the first end against what we're going to call the Goliath of Team Silvernagle?
Yeah, it obviously percentage-wise, statistically boosts their chance of winning the game. That's one of the main goals of pre-game practice, is to get the hammer. But I think also just confidence goes a long way. It's a good way to kind of set the tone for the game and just have some good confidence in your drawing ability.
So Gracelyn Richards with her first stone here, able to make contact and remove that Silvernagle stone, rolling out to a different path.
Good sweep. Good sweep. Nice shot. Good call.
And Team Silvernagle will be looking to remove that red stone out of play and apply as much pressure as they can here in the first end.
It's kind of a weird place they're putting it.
I'm so bloated.
I guess where else are they put it? Oh.
Now, of course, we're mic'd up and we're doing our best, but so are our athletes. And that is the privilege of this event compared to many other Curling Alberta events where they are live streamed through Curling Stadium, but maybe are not on the mic system. We are going to be able to hear our athletes, and we're going to try to let you listen to them as much as possible. But we all get a little bloated at 7 p.m. at night, don't we?
Absolutely.
So Silvernagle able to make the hit and stick, and Team Richards will be looking to blank this end.
Peel?
Yeah.
Okay, peel.
Yeah, good peel. You got it.
Yep.
Heel. Clean. Yep. Heel. Hard. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, Amy. Clean, clean, clean.
And the peel is made. It is a blank end for Team Richards, and we are going to go to commercial break. We will see you back in the second end.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Selena and I welcome you back to the Vern Poffenroth Memorial Arena here in Rimbey, Alberta. It is the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. You are watching and viewing tonight's live stream through Curling Stadium. My name is Evan Asmussen, and we are into our second end of play.
Clean.
And you know what,
Yep.
Selena,
Clean.
we might not get it
Whoa,
right
whoa.
all the time, but when we get it wrong, we're gonna fix it. So we do have an alternate lineup out of Team Richards this week. Gracelyn Richards has went with Team Grey Withers to the Universiade. And so we have Emma Yarmich throwing skip stones, Sophie Ryerchuk throwing third stones, Rachel Jakes throwing second stones, and their alternate, Amy Wheatcroft, is in throwing the lead stones. My dearest apologies, but we are back in action and ready to go. Selena, does that change anything, knowing that their fearless leader is out and about? Or is this team rocking and rolling?
Do you know what? I don't think so. From my understanding, Team Richards is a true five-man team. So I think that they play events with a switched-up lineup all the time. So this is definitely not new territory for them as far as that goes.
So blank end in our first end of play, if you're just tuning in. We have Jessie Hyen here with her first stone of the second end.
Wall line! Connect Tommy if you can. Down.
Definitely expecting Silvernagle to play a little bit more aggressive this end and kind of force the issue of trying to force Team Richards to win here. So expect a lot more draws this end and maybe a lot more rocks in play.
Good.
You do see that center line go up by Christy Moore and that lovely
14-9.
draw just half open by Jessie Hyan.
Want to try? Or do we PO?
Yeah.
So the run double attempt being asked here.
Clean!
Yeah, definitely a conservative call, but I think that's kind of what you're bred to do in the program. You don't really see a lot of aggression from these
7-2.
teams until later on in the end and in the
Sorry
game
about yours,
as
Amy.
well.
I just gave you
So
too much.
not surprised by that one.
And Selena, of course, you and I
a
know
little
that
bit,
lingo
but
when we
I
talk
do
about the program in quotation marks. But of course, we are referring to that big golden A that sits on the front of these players on Team Richards. The program, of course, referring to the University Golden Bear and Pandas program, which has, of course, developed many curlers across not only our province but our nation itself, and has also rewarded and awarded themselves with many championships. This team has spent a lot of time with their resources testing and conducting research into effective gameplay. And you made that comment that it's a little bit of maybe a conservative play, but these teams are going to ramp it up when they seek the most ample opportunity.
To the 50-50s.
What's that?
50-50s.
Okay, it really has to curl. Hard curl. Hard curl, Kate. You're.
So Christy
Yep,
Moore
keep
on the
going,
carve
keep
sweep
going.
to
Yep,
get
yep.
this
Okay,
as
whoa. That's good.
close
good.
as possible to that center line, getting as much coverage of the stone behind.
Yeah.
Using the logos in the ice as a reference point.
She's gonna watch that.
Christy with her expertise.
Just off nose.
Out turn, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Hard.
Yes.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Oh.
So run back at double attempt, just jamming it,
7-1,
leaving
just a
both rocks in play, including that shooter
7-1.
redstone out front in the rings.
They're gonna draw. We could.
Silvernagle with an early opportunity to
open it up.
establish two in the
Yeah,
rings
I think so. I think we'll play that.
and put some pressure on Team Richards.
Yeah. Hey, you got it.
Jessie Hunkin with her first stone.
Rim. Wall line.
Top 8. T-line.
Oh, it really has to curl.
We're back. 8. It's trying.
Can you finish? Curl it.
Yeah.
14-5.
So Selena, we're expecting that these top players, of course in the A-QUALIFIER, but across our province to be as close as possible.
She just clocked
Jessie
it pretty
Hunkin
hard,
just
but I think
coming
ours
up
will start curling as
a
hard
little
as yours
bit
will
wide of
50.
the designated spot. But you saw that
And I kinda
Jessie
gave
Hyan was
I don't know
trying
if
to
that's
promote
enough or
that
didn't.
stone over with that technique. Give us a little bit of a play-by-play as to what you're seeing with the ice, but not also that what our sweeping might have in store for both teams as they're looking to be a little bit more precise in this game.
Amy. Curl.
Yeah. Do you know what? Obviously,
Over.
sweeping has come a long way in the past couple of years. And
Roll.
a lot of players
Okay, that's
nowadays
okay. 9-8,
use
just
what you hear of referred to as a knifing technique or a curl technique. So that usually just helps the rock follow the scratches that you're putting into the ice, the little mini scratches, and helps it get a little bit more curl. With that being said, though, I think that there is some gray areas in sweeping that we
9-5.
are trying to address as
Curl.
players. Even you
Curl.
can see in the slam this past week, there was quite a bit of controversy over that. So there's definitely kind of a Broomgate 2.0 brewing.
9-2.
And of course, all of these teams are trying to not only win this championship, but also maintain the integrity of the sport too as well. And we're going to see how that unfolds. But you do recognize that it is definitely a part of the game. That's that carve or that knifing.
Mm-hmm.
And both of these teams would be well versed in utilizing it in their skill set.
Whoa, clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good.
Let's go.
10-7. Good sweep, guys.
Squished into the ice.
Something that really impresses me about this Richards team is just their utilization of weight control. You know, being in one of your first women's provincials, there's probably a lot of nerves out there, and it's very easy to go out there and overthrow a lot of rocks. But as you heard right there, they just threw a hit weight of 10-7, which is a very nice controlled weight, and that's something that we're seeing a lot more of, is just throwing to that tolerance and throwing that lower weight hit. And I think that's something that Team Richards does very well.
And do you think that's something that they would be practicing, or is that something that that they would have learned here on site from maybe some of the uniqueness of the ice that they're playing on?
Great sweep.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Actually, I know that U of A players
I think if we rolled, this goes on
practice
top.
their weight control a lot.
Okay.
But
Easy,
I think
or
it's also just
like
applying
medium?
it
I
to
like
your
medium.
to your
Okay.
ice conditions and being adaptable to
That's
those.
probably-
And they found that easy
Actually, maybe
control weight
give me
is
like, edge of
what's
rock.
working good for them on this ice
Even
surface.
a little less.
And yeah, I commend them for that.
Medium, yeah.
So we're getting
I think a
our
little less.
look at Emma Yarmich here
There's no
in
jump.
the second
If
end,
we get the
facing
roll, no,
two
go
yellow
over.
stones or two
Go over?
Silvernagle
Yeah,
stones just in the
medium.
12-foot. It looks like a force
do
is
get
brewing
this
here.
roll,
Selena, what is Team Yarmich going to have to do, I guess? We're going to call it Team Yarmich at this time. What are they going to have to do to turn this into a 2-point
If
score?
we are rolling all the way, but
Yeah, I think they're honestly just going to have to get a half shot or a miss out of Silvernagle
less.
to try and convert 2 points here. But we will see what Team Richards comes up with here.
Medium down.
whoa.
So Emma Yarmich in the second end of play here at the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship. Looks like she just got that a little wide of the broom and rolls out an opportunity back for Team Silvernagle.
Sorry.
9-9.
Sorry about that.
And if you were watching Team Silvernagle play this afternoon, as there was not a feature game, but it did seem like a feature game
too much
between
ice,
Silvernagle and Skrlik.
So I think we could have just
Team
used less ice
Silvernagle
there.
found themselves down early, but definitely ended up becoming a team triumphant with opportunities and taking advantage of opportunities. And that's something
Yeah, I
that
think this is real close.
we will see probably out of this experienced team for the next 8 ends.
No,
Does that
I
ice
don't
look
think
good to you guys?
Yeah, but you're on the dot?
Yeah, we're
that
on the
where you are?
dot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's real close.
Yeah.
We got to give it a chance.
Yeah. 15, do you think? 14-8? 14-5?
Jess is,
14-5.
yeah, 14-5. Yeah.
Robyn Silvernagle looking to draw behind that
I gave it some.
situation
Goal line!
Yeah.
on the side of our screen and put some pressure on Team Richards. A great conversation listening in to Christy, Jesse, and Robyn in the hack about weight.
To curl it a bit.
And she comes up just a little bit heavy, leaving room for Richards to score her one.
Did she say what that
I just
was?
gave it a big ad and didn't need quite that much.
Yeah, it just slid a little better.
Piece of the 8-foot.
Yeah.
Evan, what can we expect with multiple throws
piece of
down
the
a path?
Well, you know what?
Like same
I was
as it
actually thinking about that as we were
got 4-4,
watching
and I
Robyn
think
throw
hers-
that stone
gonna
there
run
because
Yeah.
it did seem like
Yeah.
they had a really good idea of
Similar
what
to
the
us.
hog-to-hog time was or
Write it
the
down.
speed of the path was. But there have been multiple stones come up that. I guess it would be the left-hand side as we see it, the right-hand side there with hits. And it just looks like that path has been worn down a little bit, making it a little bit more slick. And that's something that these teams are going to have to catch on to early too, as well as they continue to play predominantly on one side of play.
I think we're up.
And that's maybe something that just missed in that conversation for Team Silvernagle, as they had an opportunity to apply some great pressure on Emma Yarmich with her last stone. But no worries, as they're able to put it in the forefoot. Team Yarmich and Emma Yarmich take a 1-point lead going into the third end of play. We'll see you back after our commercials.
Nice.
Nice shot. Good 4-9.
Thanks. Good job, guys.
Original 16, a great way to celebrate things done well.
We welcome you back to third end action here at the A-QUALIFIER of the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. My name is Evan Asmussen. I'm joined by Selena Sturmey. We are commentating live from our homes at the event in Rimbey, Alberta, the Burn Poffenroth Memorial Arena at the Peter Lougheed Community Center. We have a game of David and Goliath as Team Richards takes an early 1-point lead over Team Silvernagle.
Good sweep, guys. 5-0. Good judge.
And rocks ablazing in the ring so far, Selena. We have tons of games going on as our sheets are full to the max, and I'm just going to give you a quick little show and share of which teams are also playing next to us. We have our feature game of Team Silvernagle versus Team Richards. We have Team De Jong out of the Grand Prairie Curling Club playing Kaylee Shannon out of Calgary, Alberta. Myla Plett out of Edmonton, Alberta, taking on Kayla Skurlik. And Keely Duncan taking on Michelle Hartwell in our other game. Selena, we've got tons of rocks in play. The sheets are busy. The games are busy. And we know that tonight we will have an A-QUALIFIER. And we know that tomorrow morning we will have our first set of teams leaving the event in this unique championship. Talk to us a little bit about the structure of this competition and what it demands out of our teams coming through if they want to see themselves in the playoff weekend.
Clean.
Yeah, do you know what? I've never actually played in a triple knockout women's provincial. I've only experienced the 18 round robin.
Okay, so I just lied about that at the start of the event. All right.
But
another fact wrong for Evan. Perfect.
Yep, I think we just keep on.
I think at the end of the day, you know
You
what,
got
this
it.
format change
don't
is
mind it.
for the best. It kind of gives your teams more than one opportunity to reach those playoff games, and you know, your draw to the pin doesn't necessarily count you in or out of playoffs as well. So I think it's just overall a better format. And in Alberta, there's a bunch of new and upcoming teams. We have really strong women's teams right now, especially a lot of our younger teams. So I think it just provides those teams with extra opportunity to be able to play in this event as well.
Okay. Whoa!
Now there's tons of curling going on across our
curl,
nation
curl,
right
curl,
now,
curl, go that way.
as many of
Yeah, we're not going
the
far.
men's
Okay.
tankards and the women's
hard.
provincial championships are being played down. And for our viewers at home who are keeping close to curling zone and kind of watching and seeing their favorite teams across the provinces challenge their competition, they're going to see a ton of different structures and tons of different formats across our province. You made a comment about this format, the 12-team triple knockout, producing a lot of opportunity. What will happen for the winner of this game this evening moving forward?
Yeah, the winner of this game will get to advance to the 1 versus 2 team page playoff, which basically just gives them an extra chance to, I don't want to say lose a game, but you can lose a game and still have a chance to win the title.
Roll.
Whereas with our previous format, it was just a semi-final, and the top-ranked team got a bye to the final. So it definitely provides you just, with that one extra life, I guess.
Yeah, same way.
So the tables have turned this end as we see Team Richards now sitting 2 in that in the house and putting a little bit of pressure on Team Silvernagle. A Silvernagle corner guard hanging out there, looking to be used.
Really hard.
That's going sideways.
Maybe a little down.
Big
actually.
roar out of Robyn as she looks to get a little bit more scrub out of her sweepers, just narrowly missing the rock in the forefoot.
Is that one over curl both times? Or?
We're just listening in, and they're talking about maybe not liking that rock.
10-5.
Yeah, I think early on.
Yeah, you think early on, you go with it.
I think early on in these events, the rocks are freshly sharpened, and sometimes you get a rock that's a little bit too sharp, and we call them cutters or curly rocks on the ice. So, Jessie definitely might have one of those. She's curled, I think, over curled almost every shot with that rock so far.
Good.
So.
8-0.
So the peel attempt made there by Team Richards. And Selena, we know that our championship here in Alberta, we have a ton of great ice makers and great crew. We have Matt Yao and Tim's Ice doing the ice this weekend in Rimbey. We talked about the rocks and those stones maybe presenting some unique characteristics themselves, but all of these teams would have had an opportunity in the pre-event, so not just the pre-game practice, but in the pre-event to step out onto the ice. Is that something that they maybe would have noticed at that time?
Potentially, yeah. I think every team has a little bit different opinions on what to do in pre-event practice. Some just want to feel for the ice, some want to match rocks. So it's definitely individualized per team when it comes to that. But nonetheless, it's the third end. It's early on in the game, and you know, sometimes having a curly rock in your hand is not necessarily a bad thing. You just have to know how to manage that rock.
No, you're so true. Whether it was called or not, Jessie Hunkin able to make the cross-house hit and roll and finds her stone fully buried behind that yellow rock, just biting the 12-foot and shot stone for the moment.
And it's a pretty
it is deep in the rings.
Yeah, I think it's 15. Yeah.
So both of these teams, Selena, have come equipped with a bench. Leslie McEwen with Team Silvernagle and Jessica Amundsen with Team Richards. And both of those coaches would have come with a wealth of knowledge, Leslie being a Canadian champion herself, and Jessica, of course, being a Scotties champion and a
Room.
world medalist, I
Top 4,
believe.
top 8.
But
Top 8.
how
Top 12.
vital will those two
Hard,
be
Amy,
when
curl.
it comes to dealing with issues like
Top 8.
curly stones
Hard,
or
curl,
even just
curl.
navigating the weekend itself?
Keep going, keep going. Hard, curl, curl, curl.
Yeah, their
Let's go,
knowledge
go,
is
go, 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 go.
something that
Hard.
every team is
Good,
looking
sweet,
for.
sweet.
You know,
5-2.
not even just that, but just
That's too much
knowing how to
ice.
manage the team and knowing how to manage emotions and
5-2.
having
Okay, good
quick
shot, so-
conversations after games. I think it's even just more so of having somebody who can facilitate those conversations,
ice.
because
Good
at
throw.
this level, the
5-2.
players on the ice know what they're doing. They know what's going on. I think it's just very valuable to
Oh, I
have a
thought it would
person
move a bit more, and I
to
never wanted
manage
to play it
and
like
facilitate those conversations and provide an outside perspective as well.
We see there on our screen both coaches, and Selena, you and your team have made a very interesting choice in bringing Ted Appleman on, and not interesting as peculiar, but interesting as a different
You guys like
perspective
here? Yeah.
to the game.
like
Having
yourself.
Ted, who has played in the men's championship for
So from the 15,
millennia,
like same?
as it seems,
Or
and
4-9,
those
yeah,
two
same?
ladies behind the scoreboard for both of these teams
Okay.
also come with a different
Okay.
perspective.
Try to get it
Just from
even.
your own experience, how valuable is that alternative
Try to get it even
perspective
here.
to the sport?
Honestly, it's
I think you
what
could throw
separates
same to foot
the
less.
good teams from the great teams. Do you know what? I laugh because when
think
I
the
was
15
forming
is
my
easy.
team,
Yep.
I think we asked 4 or 5 different people and
Got it,
got
Emma.
turned down every time. Nobody wanted to coach us. So I think that's also another issue within curling itself, is just the time demands that it presents. Do you know what? A lot of people with that knowledge just aren't willing to put in the time for
Onto it.
little to no
Top
money,
8!
and it's really hard to find somebody who's just
Top
looking
8!
to do it because they love doing
Top
it.
4. Top 8. Top 8. Top 12.
So we're right in the middle of our third end of play here, and both teams are working to continue to understand their stones and the ice as Team Richards is able to split the rings with a wonderful draw
Really good sweep.
15-6.
and sit
Really good
2
sweep. 10.
for the time being.
Yours moved pretty good, so.
Looks like a lot of ice, no? A lot?
10, get the roll behind.
Oh.
You like that? Or do you like, okay.
So it sounds like they're calling
10,
the
get the roll behind.
long roll on this play. Do you like that?
I feel like I'm a big vibes player, so it's really whatever Robyn's vibing with. But I also wouldn't
10.
be surprised or shocked
10, maybe
for teams who were
9-8.
just trying to hit nose there and
No!
maybe potentially
Curl!
set up a double on her.
Straight! Straight! Straight!
It's a really good shot by Robyn.
Contact is made and able to roll just a little bit closer
Ah, that just finished.
to the side of the
Yeah, we just should
forefoot.
have been cleaning it.
Yeah,
Maybe leaving a double back or maybe a hit and roll back for Team Richards.
Should just say clean instead of roll. My bad. But, okay. Okay, yep. Yep, okay, easy.
You can hear Robyn and Jesse have that conversation about cleaning and woeing and getting right off the stone, and they're recognizing that
Hit and
whether
roll.
it be the stone's
Hit and roll under,
sharpness or
easy.
the curl coming out of the ice or within the ice
Okay,
structure,
just easy here.
that they just lost that by removing their sweeping.
Yeah.
Early on in these events, you'll see that quite a bit, is a lot of over curls, and then it kind of flips halfway through once the rocks are kind of smoothed in, as we say, and those hit and rolls usually become more precise.
Emmy Armich with her last
Whoa, whoa,
rock
whoa.
in the
Curl,
third
Amy,
end,
curl!
Curl.
looking to try
Easy.
to cross the
Over,
face,
over, over. Easy down.
tuck a little piece of this red and apply some pressure back on Robyn Silvernagle. Curl sweep. Just hitting the high side of that stone, removing both stones out of play, but still sitting shot rock.
Sorry.
And Silvernagle with a
Quarter.
choice. Now, Selena, it's the third end. She's got a couple of options. She can draw for her single. She can maybe chase it with a run or chase what she can see. What does the scoreboard tell us right now?
Why don't we play this?
I think for me, I would probably just be playing the draw. Do you know what it's the easiest shot to tie up the game, and being tied is a lot better than being 2 down. So I think the draw is definitely the right call, and it also gives Robyn just kind of a free practice draw as well.
15. What's that? 15.
I like how you stated that. A free practice draw.
All over, I think. Okay.
So we have Robyn Silvernagle with her last stone in our third end of play. 10 ends we go here at our championship.
We gave it some.
Christy Moore, Jesse Hyen.
I don't think you
on
can
the
hurt
sweep.
it. We're top. Running a bit. Top 4. The top 4.
Looking for the piece of the forefoot. Sweepers on and off the whole entire way down. They like it as that yellow stone rests at the back of the forefoot. That JK, the back of the 8-foot. And a little look, and they determined it is yellow. We have a 1-1 tie as we go into our fourth end of action. Team Silvernagle, Team Richards. Selena and I back with you after the commercial break.
That went a little farther than expected, didn't it? Okay.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Welcome back to the fourth end of our 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Provincial Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. It's our A-QUALIFIER, Team Silvernagle versus Team Richards. Lead stones are underway and an action-packed arena here at the Vern Poffenroth Memorial in the Peter Lougheed Community Center. Selena Sturmey and myself brought to you through Curling Stadium. We have a whole crew on site. We are not, and we are doing our personal best to get things right or to get things wrong and then make them right again. Selena, we have some updates for our viewers as they are trying to make sure that they can get all the curling in as possible. Take it away.
Yeah, so we have Janae DeJong playing Kaylee Shannon in the B event, I believe, and it is tied 1-1 after 2 ends of play.
3 feet less.
We also have Keely Duncan playing Michelle Hartwell, also in the B event. Keely Duncan is leading that 2-1 after 2 ends of play. And then the one that I have my eye on is Mila Plett versus Kayla Skrillick. It is 2-0 for Mila Plett after 2 ends of play.
Close! Definitely less. Definitely less!
Which
Mine's good!
the losers of all these games will drop down to the event tomorrow. And the winners obviously will continue on in the B event.
Top 12! Top 12! Curl!
So, of course, tonight we have a whole bunch of B games where those players and those teams will move forward in the B qualifier. But the losers of all the games tonight, excluding this game, of course, they're going to find themselves early in the C, in which we, when we're thinking about a triple knockout, the C event is your last life. And so, especially in that Plett and Skirlick game, sounds like a good team is going to find their way into the bottom very early.
I like that.
Yeah, that kind of surprises me with the drop of where Kayla went to.
even a 10?
Yeah, just kind of surprising that 2 of the pre-qualified teams, and I think fairly high. I think Kayla was ranked number 1, and I believe Mila was ranked 2. So yeah, kind of surprising to find those 2 teams playing each other in the B event right now, but we will provide you guys updates on those games later on.
Jesse Hyen looking to move some granite. As we get back to our 4th end of action, a reminder that our games are 10 ends of play. So for those of you who are used to going up and having a pee break or getting yourself a little sody at the 4th end, don't go for too long, because we will be back after commercial very quickly. We are a 5th end break, 5 minutes at that time, 10 ends of play. It's a long evening, these 10 ends, Selena. And how do these teams do it? How do you do it? Go from 8 ends all season to then you get into your season of champions and it's 10 ends of play.
Yeah, it definitely provides a little bit of a change strategy-wise, but
All there. All there.
I feel like it really doesn't change much now with the 5-rock roll. You know, a lot of these ends are very aggressive, and it's tough to just blank away ends nowadays.
4-7.
You know, I'm glad you brought that up with the 5-rock rule and the no-tick rule, because though we haven't seen it put into play or become complex for our teams yet in our live stream, I was watching in on the A-qualifier of the BC Men's Provincial Championship just prior to this draw tonight. And one of our friends and former Alberta players, Glenn Van Nance, is skipping a team, and his lead just missed the center line. And a beautiful tick was made, and that kind of set the tone for the last end of play without the hammer. And that no tick rule has become kind of a really valuable little piece of our game now, hasn't it?
Totally, yeah. I feel like the theory that you can hide your worst players at lead is very much discredited now. I'm a firm believer.
Can you tell that to my team, please?
I am a firm believer that our leads and seconds are just as important, if not more important, than those back-end players.
Yeah, they know because they feed me well. Oh, you're right. It definitely has provided a uniqueness and complexity to the game. And of course, for our viewers or our armchair curlers who love to sit back and relax and watch these athletes do it, it does provide some excitement and enrichment to the game for sure. But it is another layer of complexity for all 4 players on the sheet, I guess all 8 players on the sheet and all 4 players on the team.
Hard. Okay, whoa. Good. Sorry, I didn't get a time.
So after some half shots and some, some uncharacteristic misses coming out of Team Silvernagle. Team Richards is sitting 4 rocks in the rings and no guards out in the free guard zone as we look to see Jessie Hunkin be able to clear up the center line and to make some room.
Hard. Really hard.
That being said, Team Richards with the hammer this end, sitting 4.
Well, we're gonna nut it.
But that being said, though, props to Team Richards for being able to put those draws in such good spots. They definitely have a really good handle on the ice and the speed, and they've been able to make a lot of shots because of that.
And the ice does look really, really nice, and kudos to Matt Yao and his team because he's giving the best surface that can possibly be had for these athletes. And
so they can't roll.
What more could you ask for in an A-QUALIFIER than good running ice? Because it's always the ice's fault.
Like that, right?
Always, never
and
us.
They don't have to roll, and it makes it double harder too.
So Team Richards with an opportunity and with the hammer to lie 3 and all spread out across the rings.
Yeah. You got it, so.
I'm just so impressed by Team Richards and the 4 of them and how they communicate. And not just the consistency, but the confidence in it. And it sounds like all 4 players are just so sure, like you said early on in the game, as they're figuring things out. They're committing to those processes, and it's just really enjoyable to hear them talk.
True.
3-0.
Yeah, I think that's
Just heavy. It's okay.
So looking to spread some rocks around
Good judge.
and create some space, and unfortunately just slipping through the...
That might be my first case of a commentator's curse. They're just talking about how good they are at drawing.
You know what the worst part is that for some of these teams, whichever team loses this game, if they find themselves in the B qualifier, they have us too as well, calling that game. So Jessie Hunkin with her final stone in the 4th end. We're into 3rd rocks here at play. And an opportunity back for Team Silvernagle to start to remove some of the damage done early on in the end. With that rock just slid through by Team Richards. And
That's really
just
straight.
narrowly missed.
try.
But it does look much better than it did 4 ends here, or 4 rocks ago. And an opportunity back for Team Silvernagle to start to remove some of the damage done early on in the end. With that rock just slid through by Team Richards. And
That's really straight.
But you talked about, Selena, you know, what separates the good teams from the great teams, and we know that this 12-team event is going to take all week, and the best team for Alberta will be the one that wins that final game.
Back 8.
But these little misses and these little off keys, they are going to need to be sorted out
4-5
very quickly when it comes to having only those 3 lives in the event.
Yeah, I think that just comes down to having good conversations after the
4-5.
game, and you know, it's not just the skip out there reading the ice. It's a full team thing. So I think the best team is also the one that's able to figure those things out and not just have individual duties for every player, but the one that's able to come together as a whole.
It's all good.
And I love that perspective that you bring too as well, having your own very successful team too, as well as your team has been awarded a berth to the Scotties already. Initially being the poster team for this event, but with recent news and happenings, you found your way into that event and duly earned. And so congratulations to yourself, and what's super exciting for all of us at Curling Alberta and throughout our province is that we again are going to find multiple Alberta teams at our national championship.
You got a plan. They're definitely shot back there, but yeah, these.
Yeah, definitely. Very excited to go back to the Scotties and
10.5?
represent
To get a little
Alberta. But I think it's really cool that we'll be able to do it alongside another Alberta team. As sad as I am, I'm not playing in this event. I am really excited still to watch and experience this event as a viewer.
Clean.
Well, you know,
girl! Clean.
as we watch Robyn make contact here and it looks like for the time being sitting 2. You talked about, not being at this event and as much as you'd like to, and we know that there are multiple pathways in our sport to getting to certain tiers or certain levels of play, and you just happen to have found yourself in one. But both of these teams, of course, too, have utilized a system to be able to get into this event. Both of these teams have come through with their points rather than through the qualifiers that they can participate in throughout the province. So it does kind of pay off to have those multifacets or participate at a grander or a larger scale too as well, doesn't it?
Easy down. Easy
Yeah, I
down.
think the biggest thing for me that I appreciate is it
Easy down.
takes off the pressure to
Whoa!
perform
Whoa!
super well
Clean,
one
clean.
week of your
Crawl,
whole season. For a lot of these teams, their goal is to get to the Alberta Scotties and then obviously win it. But it is a lot of pressure being put on the athletes just to perform well 1 week out of the season when you've been doing really well all year. So I think it just kind of eliminates that pressure for us athletes and gets your best teams at these events.
Same way.
Well put.
Nose is good.
I was like, do we want to try and roll so she doesn't have a catcher?
If she has a catcher, she's no good.
So final stone for Robyn Silvernagle in end number 4.
Glad you're on it.
Gotcha.
And it has been super exciting to watch so far as both of these teams are challenging not only their opposition but themselves.
Clean. Whoa. Stay close. Clean.
But taking an opportunity over these last 4 ends to figure it out. Robyn Silvernagle just hitting it on the high side and rolling out to the edge of the rings, but not staying for second shot.
Okay, nice weight.
Yeah.
Our camera angle and our cameras are very good, but it must be my eyes then. It looks like Emma Yarmich sees that the red stone is closer. And an open draw for 2. And our first deuce of the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Yeah.
I think
sounds
middle's
good.
gonna be fine, so same.
Okay.
You got it. Maybe a little up.
Rachel Jakes and Amy Wheatcroft on the sweep here as Emma Yarmich throws her final stone of the 4th end. Looking to put the first deuce up on the board in our A-qualifier match. And to take our first big lead of the game. No worries coming out of our Panda sweepers. It is 2 that is going to go up on the board. And it is a 3-1 lead for Team Richards as we head into our 5th end of action. Selena and I will be back with you after our commercials.
Oh no. Okay, well we had pressure then.
Original 16, a great way to celebrate things done well.
Round them up, move them in. No place for your saddle and cowboy boots after the Calgary Stampede? At Sentinel Storage, we are proud to provide you with storage solutions that safeguard your valuables. Whether you're moving, renovating, or simply require extra space, we offer convenient and secure storage that caters to all needs. Find the Sentinel storage you need close to home. For a free estimate, visit sentinel.ca.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
And we're back in action of our 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. Sentinel Storage, our presenting partner. Sentinel Storage has a great history here in Alberta. From their humble beginnings in 1998, they have grown into the trusted leader in the self-storage industry. We are so proud to have them as our presenting sponsor. My name is Evan Asmussen. I am joined by Selena Sturmey, brought to you by Curling Stadium at wherever you're at.
Okay, it's on center.
We are not at the Vern Poffenroth Memorial Arena, but we are there in spirit as we are in the fifth end of play.
7-4.
And Team Richards able to hang a 2-pointer up on the board to separate our score 3-1. Christy Moore with her second stone. Selena,
Hey, line's pretty good. It's really
it has
moving.
been a back and forth kind of game with some off and on misses. But nonetheless, both teams still looking quite sturdy, even though the scoreboard does show itself as lopsided so far.
16-3.
Yeah, I think that isn't reflective of the game that we've had, but I think Team Richards has been able to capitalize on a couple of misses of Team Silvernagle's, which is really what divides this game right now.
So both of these teams had an interesting route to getting here, not just talking about how they qualified, but how they were able to find themselves into this A-qualifier tonight. Both Silvernagle and Team Richards did have a bye in the first round of play based upon their pre-tournament seeding and their success prior to the event, which landed them what we would call a bye into the draw. Silvernagle was able to defeat De Jong in her first game, Team De Jong out of Grand Prairie, and then defeated Skurlik in the draw before, and that's how they find themselves here in our A-qualifier. Team Richards defeated Team Phillips in their first game of play, and then Team Shannon, and now they find themselves up against Team Silvernagle. Both teams are 2-0. One team will find themselves deep in the B after tonight, and the next team, or the other team, will find themselves with a day's worth of break. Selena, our setup here so far is we have Christy trying to get Jesse Hyens Rock in behind those two stacked corners. Talk to us a little bit about those corner positionings as we see Team Silvernagle try to generate multiple point score here in the fifth.
Yeah, I think Team Silvernagle's really pushing for a deuce this end, so not surprised by the double corner guards that they called. It basically just forces Team Richards to basically peel that guard twice in order to get at any rocks that are protected underneath it.
Now I was... Jam.
7-2.
I mean, I'm not one to call out oopsie doopsie whoopsies, but I'm thinking that wasn't on the bingo card for our fifth end for Team Richards. An opportunity back for Team Silvernagle to be able to sink another one around the corners. I was listening in to Chelsea Carey and to Darren Moulding and their conversation. I believe it was the Richards and Phillips game. But nonetheless, they were having that conversation about the stacked corner guards and the, I guess it would be opposite side corner guards.
Line's good.
Describe those both for us and what they mean for our athletes and what they mean for our viewers. And then talk to me a little bit about the thinking around it.
Okay, that's okay.
I think it honestly just comes down to personal preference. I think the stacked corners, the benefit of the stacked corners on the same side is that you still always have a draw path on the other side of the sheet if you need the draw of the pin or the draw of the forefoot for your 1 point. However, with the corners on the opposite sides of the sheet, you're able to create more separation with your rocks. So later on in the end, it's going to be a lot harder for your opponents to make doubles or get those rocks closer together to create double opportunities.
Yep. You got it, Soph.
So we see that Team Silvernagle is able to sink some stones around those corner guards, but they have left that double red combo on the center line that might pose problems for them later on in the end.
Top 4, running a bit, running. Top 4 T.
Yeah, I was
Really
wondering myself kind of when Richards
Rachel's
is
rock,
gonna
Rachel.
bail
T,
on
running a lot.
chasing the corner and just start trying to get
Lots of
play towards
room.
the middle.
5-2, curl. Hard reach.
And I guess
Curl, get a piece there. Go,
Now's the time.
go.
There's no time better than now.
Good sweeping.
And a wonderful shot, able to be half buried
I thought she
underneath
was
that
close. I could have just.
double red combo just outside of the
sweep.
rings.
What was the time?
And Team Silvernagle now looking to
Kind of wait.
open it up for themselves as they try to keep at least a score in play,
3/4.
if not even a deuce.
Yeah, I think if the shot is made, Team Richards kind of has to make a choice if they're willing to give up 2 or if
Roll it over.
they're wanting to
Good.
put back the guard and make 100% of their shots going forward.
So double peel made by Jessie Hunkin, able to roll her shooter, and there's quite a wall of yellow protecting that one in the rings just on the tee line. It does still look that Team Richards is maybe first and second shot. But that kind of sets the tone for it now. Team Richards has no choice but to keep protecting this stone. Would you say?
Yeah, if they're only first shot rock, another option would be to draw to the corner and get one around those corner guards as well.
Why might they do that?
Right.
Doesn't that kind of seem like the antithesis of what we would do with or without the hammer?
Generally, yes, but I think it's late enough in the end that there's not as much opportunity to create or generate points behind the corner guard anymore.
Keep going. Really
it just creates a lot of separation between your two red rocks, and you're able to lie first and second and maybe third shot.
Good shot.
Sophie Ryerchuk able to replace that guard with precision.
Good throws.
And a run back being asked of Hunkin.
Curl.
Just misses. You could hear them all as they let out a sigh of disbelief that just shaded, not able to make contact with the rock at the top of the forefoot. But most importantly for Richards, that yellow stone stayed touching the center line.
Top 8.
Yeah, just kind of an unfortunate miss there.
Yes.
It's hard to call those.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this one to you.
It was when you're that close, you don't really want to go for plan B at that,
for sure.
that point.
You got it.
And it must have been close because they did have the curl sweep on it, but there was no curl sweep being done. So they must have all recognized that
Waist close.
it was just that close.
Maybe hair up. Top 4.
Emma Yarmich with her first stone here in the fifth end.
Whoa, it's up. Row there.
Really good opportunity to apply a lot of pressure to Team Silvernagle here, so we'll see what they can do with it.
You definitely get a sense that Team Richards is starting to build momentum. Like the train is rolling now. They figured it out. You talked about their processes in the first end and how vital they would be if they were going to take on this experienced Silvernagle team. And it looks like they've settled in they've got the information that they need so far, and it's been really all Richards here these last couple events.
But I think their rocks are different.
It's not
Just
quite.
like
We're probably dead
act
jamming
weight.
and
Try to stay on it. Yeah.
wonder if this is better.
I feel like the ice is
don't think
curling
it'll
enough.
go
I wonder if you can kind of just get to the nose of that rock.
Should I say something?
Kill one of the reds, but stay nice and frozen to that other rock. Expecting Team Richards to guard again, but you should have a corner runner and in off for a pile.
Just a pinch
potentially.
more.
I'm glad you said that because I was thinking it too as well. Not only that though, like maybe this gives you the best result, this run back, but if it becomes missed, it's going to be a tough score. Yeah, it's going to be a tough score. I was leaving some air there for suspense. So, and that's 2 run backs this end where Team Silvernagle not able to make contact with that rock at the top of the forefoot. And now they find themselves in a little bit of trouble with Team Richards, just like the kind of trouble they put Team Skurlick in a game before.
I know, and I guess we should have just got off of it. Tried to roll over, right?
So to keep this pressure, what is Emma going to have to do? Where is she going to have to put this stone? Obviously, tolerance is at the top of her brain now. So Selena, where would you like to see this?
I think ultimately they're just trying to block Robyn's draw path with the outturn here. She'll still have an in-turn draw to score her one or cut them down to one, but obviously they've elected that this outturn draw is the easiest shot for Robyn to score her 1 point. So really they're just looking to take it away. So because I say more of a line shot than a weight shot, I would kind of expect this one to be tight, maybe top 12. But fully in line with the middle of the forefoot.
You said that so eloquently, and I was hoping you were just going to be down and dirty on that one and just say, like, destroy. Emma Yarmich with her final stone. As we determined, more of a line shot than a weight shot, looking to take away that draw opportunity or the easier draw for Team Silvernagle.
Hard round it.
Maybe hoping to wick off. Doesn't get the wick. She layers it around that center line yellow, and I don't know if mission was accomplished. I guess it takes away the run double. But
I do still think that outturn draw is there. It's definitely hard, but I think Robyn is just looking to kind of take her poison, give up a steal one, and try again next end.
I think it's just a little
yeah,
bit
well, and we
quicker.
just saw a really good view of it on our camera angle. That outside yellow may come into play with how much curl is there, just like we saw Emma Yarmich over curling that spot. So a potential draw for one for Robyn Silvernagle, but most importantly, looking to cut down Team Richards as they currently sit 2 red stones at the top of the forefoot.
Line only.
Christy Moore.
Line.
Jesse Hyen on the sweep. Jesse Hunkin in the house. Calling for line. Big scrub by Hyen. Big carve by Christy Moore, and a wonderful draw to cut down Team Richards to just a single score. Team Richards is going to pick up the steal. We do have a 4-1 lead for Team Richards. As we go into our 5th end break, we will be back in a few minutes after a word from our sponsors.
No, I thought it was by.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Round them up, move them in. No place for your saddle and cowboy boots after the Calgary Stampede? At Sentinel Storage, we are proud to provide you with storage solutions that safeguard your valuables. Whether you're moving, renovating, or simply require extra space, we offer convenient and secure storage that caters to all needs. Find the Sentinel storage you need close to home. For a free estimate, visit sentinel.ca.
We might be.
Like her third, I don't know if she would be able to draw to the pin.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed to find the side of the forefoot on the over.
And guaranteed the side of our stream. As Selena and I are back, we had the greatest opportunity to chat and to talk about the other games going on. My name is Evan Asmussen, and we are back at the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. Selena and I are not in Rimbey, but if you choose to head down to Rimbey, you can buy tickets at the door. They will let you in. There's a ton of great events going on. Selena and I are missing out as we're sitting here in our house coats and snuggies, chatting about curling, what we do best. We don't get it right all the time, but you'll be sure to tell us if we're wrong.
Whoa, whoa.
My name is Evan Asmussen. We have the A-QUALIFIER going on
Good,
between Team
Good.
Silvernagle and Team Richards. And what an end it was. We saw Team Silvernagle cut down the score and give up a steal. It is 4-1. Selena, we've been watching the other games. We've had our eyes on the other teams. Some surprises, some shocks. But what are you noticing in the other sheets as we start our fifth end of play?
Yeah, there's a lot of close games out there. Our B game, Janae DeJong versus Kaylee Shannon. It is a tight one, 4-3 for Janae DeJong, with Hammer playing the fifth end. Keely Duncan versus Michelle Hartwell, another B game. Keely Duncan is leading 5-3, playing the fifth end after a big score of 3 in the fourth end. And then lastly, a little bit surprising, Mila Plett is up 4-1 over Kayla Skrillick, the probable favorite to win this event. So Kayla Skrillick is probably going to be looking to apply some pressure and find some points here in the last half of the game.
And of course, you're able to watch all of those other games. You will not hear the beautiful voices of Selena and myself as those games go uncommentated. Only our feature game has the commentary, but you are more than welcome to click through Curling Alberta's YouTube page or on Curling Zone. If you take a look at the scores, you can find that little YouTube button and it will take you right there, because I know you have been checking up on all the other scores across the nation. We have Christy Moore here throwing her second stone of the fifth end, looking to get some rock as they look to score and to hang a crooked number up on the board to get themselves back into or up to par with Team Richards. Lena, it has been all Team Richards in these last couple of ends. And not to say that Team Silvernagle isn't playing well, but we did see some key misses coming out of Hunkin and Silvernagle late in both of the last two ends that really allowed Richards an opportunity to apply some pressure.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to execution at this point. Team Silvernagle has missed a couple key runbacks, which has really costed them a couple points in this game, but kudos to Team Richards for being able to put those rocks in good spots and force the issue and make Team Silvernagle make those shots.
Now, we are looking, for those of you who do not know, but who have been following Curling Alberta's socials, either on Instagram or on Facebook, Selena and I are looking for the moment of the game, and we are keeping a keen eye on our sheet and on our players as we're trying to decide what was the what are we gonna call it? The curling stadium. What was like the TSN the curling stadium turning point. Jessie Hyan looking to capitalize on an opportunity to get her team back up and square with Team Richards. I have, Selena, I like to talk, and I like to talk through some of the curling because, well, let's just say we bring the it factor, but and they bring the curling, we bring the it factor to it. But I have been completely impressed with our third, Sophie Ryerchuk, and I try not to pick on anybody when I do this, but I try to find those key matchups. And right now, Sophie Ryerchuk has been definitely putting a ton of pressure on Jessie Hunkin. And that's something that she's going to have to continue doing to keep this gap on the scoreboard.
Hard! 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 Hard roll! Hard so. Okay. 10-6. Just a little tight on that.
And a hit and stick by Rachel Jakes. And a big bundle of red starting to pile up. And that lovely little yellow fully buried off to the corner as we see it on our screen.
Huh? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sorry. It's alright. Good sweet.
So how does Silvernagle get back in this?
Room! Same way,
With this end, with this setup, how does Silvernagle utilize it now? We want to see a game, so what's going on here?
I think right now they're just looking to get rocks in play. You know, you're down a couple points, you're not going to be looking to hit rocks out. At this point, rocks in the house are your friends, so Team Silvernagle is wanting to utilize them just like they did right there and make it a little bit of a headache for Team Richards to remove those stones.
Great shot by Jessie Hyan, able to chip off of the outside red and just sneak frozen to that rock on the button. It's not going anywhere. At least for a while. Now Richards looks to be throwing, is it a guard or a rock in the top 12? I'm a little confused.
I think they called to come freeze it. Yeah, definitely keeping the aggression on. I know that U of A is big on controlling the front of the rings, and this definitely achieves that. So we will see how this end unfolds.
Well, I do love to see what we might consider a little bit of the aggressive player, the aggression. It really goes to show that those 4 players are dialed in on Team Richards. This looks like it's just going to be a little bit heavy and maybe a little bit wide as she doesn't come to the face of the yellow and taps her red one back.
I don't know.
I would not be surprised if
this is just
Robyn just draws one right in there again. Stack them up. I don't think you have to move anything right now.
Kenya nose.
Like,
so we
or we can even
weren't
throw
being
less.
facetious or malicious when we said, you know, it's just been a game. It's been a good game, but it's been a game. But
I like 11.
Here it is, folks. This is the end we've been waiting for. We've had a lot of back and forth and back to back, but this is where we're going to start to see our games take shape.
Firm. 10-5.
So hit and roll or a double.
I would think that they're just looking to kill the double and maybe stay on the nose.
Okay.
Maybe a hit and roll.
So not quite able to make the double and not quite able to make the roll. Somewhere in between. But has those 2 yellow rocks in front of those red stones in the 4-foot.
It's not bad.
Team Richards still sitting 2 for the time being.
We're in between. I think we need to stay a little over there, but I mean, we're gonna blast it, so that's good. That's what we want, right? No, exactly. I'm hoping she.
Green! Whoa! Whoa!
Sophie Ryertrek looking to blast it.
See it by the
Get some of that yellow granite moving. Doesn't make contact with the yellow and peels her own red rock out behind.
A little bit of a pop, but must have been too much ice.
Yikes. Those yellows look lined up pretty juicily to those reds, don't they?
Yeah.
Do we leave this right now? Like, she's going to want to make a play on this. She'll have something like that, but like, draw. That's what I said, just draw.
We can
this
make the double and
then
roll
we lead for an
behind,
easy
can we
double, and
not?
that's easy.
So we listen in to Jessie Hunkin and Robyn Silvernagle as they
go there, 'cause then she can
talk this through.
Do we hit it?
I was kind of thinking the double and the roll. Like, yeah, just play the roll
And then she makes the double. We should have a shot for 3.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I just want to talk about that.
So just play the roll, though. Yeah. Whatever
just a
happens
10?
back here is great. Sure. Not that roll.
Well, you might need a little. It'll go.
10's close. It doesn't.
Well,
really
we could throw
need to go
9-5 and you hit 3/4 and
So it
it's
sounds
going.
like they
You
settled
both are
on an
going
option. Now they're just looking to figure out which
I think it's
weight
important
is
to
the
stick
best
around.
one
Even
to
if this one, if you
get the most bang
still
for their
jamming, if
buck.
this rolls, that
And that's
might
something
jam.
key that Robyn just said. She thinks it's
9-5?
important to stick around, which I fully
10,
agree. I
okay.
think getting that shooter rock in a good position, finding that good roll is more important than killing that double right now. So
You know what I loved
kind of
there
weight?
is
10? Okay, I
both
like
Jesse and Christy coming down. The whole team on board. This, you know, this is going to be a team shot, pivotal moment in the end, and everybody gets to be a part of that conversation. Sometimes we talk about, you know, too many cooks in the kitchen, but Jessie Hunkin throwing her final stone of the fifth end, looking to make the hit and roll to keep that shooter around.
Hard on the roll.
Yeah. Right out, right out,
The
right
double
out, right
is
out,
made.
right out.
Ish. The reds are spread around, but the roll is not successful. Selena, what does it look like now?
Literally so thin. Yeah.
I think Team Richards is just going to be looking to kill 2 rocks. And they're
honestly,
electing to play
more is
the
good.
easiest double, and by playing
Yeah.
this double, it also leaves their shooter in a good position.
Okay, peel.
And we go our overhead shot here. Is there any good triple?
Peel.
There might be a triple as well.
In turn. And we're
The
hitting
second
yours.
rock that she's going to be hitting might connect with the rock on the wing.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, good peel
So
here.
now we know typically that
Maybe a
Emma
little more.
Yarmich is, in fact, somebody who plays the third position. So we know that she has the capacity to make this stone hurl. Definitely would be in her wheelhouse. So Emma Yarmich with her first stone in the fifth end, looking to remove some Silvernagle granite.
Whoa,
Taking
whoa.
a little bit of a speed wobble coming out of the hack.
She's close.
Oh, and we heard her say, "Oh, poop," as she was able to make contact with those 2 stones, but jams it on that side red that
Sorry.
wasn't quite
That's
pushed
okay.
out by the Hunkin stone. Stays frozen-ish to the rock,
Yeah.
the top of the 4.
Yeah, definitely
But-
a little bit of a unlucky break to jam
Yeah.
that back rock, but I feel like that was something that never even came
11,
up in
like
discussion
3/4
when
thick half, we
calling
should be
that
fine.
shot.
Yeah.
Might have just been a little bit of an oversight with that one.
An oversight and out of mind, as it looks like that is the first real mistake Richards has put in play in the last 2 ends. So opportunity for Silvernagle to remove this red stone just thrown by Emma Yarmich
Yep.
and sit 4.
Whoa!
A number that would gravely improve their scoreboard. Trying to get a little bit more carve out of Christy Moore.
Whoa! Yep!
The hit and roll is made as Christy's trying to roll that rock even. Ho, 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 ho. Look at those 3 yellow stones along the T line.
Great throw.
Is that better?
Yikes.
I said a couple things, but not too much.
Just like that,
I said
Team
a couple
Silvernagle
Is there a double? Is that?
all even.
in a really good position to
Do you like the hit and roll?
Yeah, we could play that.
hang a crooked number on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So, Selena, you went back to that. I mean, those yellow rocks were all clustered
I
on
know.
Emma's first stone,
The
and
only double this one.
you said you were a little surprised about the conversation. Tell me why.
Yeah.
Or the lack of conversation, maybe.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
it.
it's.
You try to freeze.
I feel like they just
No.
maybe didn't take enough time to discuss
It's only double.
where they exactly wanted to hit that rock and kind of what the tolerance of that shot was.
Wait, what about that?
So yeah, I
That's-
think maybe just a little bit of an oversight, or yeah, just
It's flat.
not,
We could
not
try
fully
it.
seeing that shot through, which
And then watch
is going to be a
that. You guys think we try that?
probably 3-point cost to them at least.
Okay.
Here.
Even if you
Try to get.
that one's deeper, so if you roll this way, you'll.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna wait.
Well, you know, and I guess that's one thing to settle on too as well, Selena, that when the
Okay.
when the good
And we're
is
hitting,
going,
sorry.
you know, why break your momentum? And Team Richards had quite a bit of momentum
I
up
think it's
until
around
that
here.
point, and
that
so
good?
it makes you wonder if it's just going through
Okay,
those
firm.
motions and carrying that momentum and that adrenaline. And
Okay, thick half.
Definitely can be. It's just It's even something just as simple as maybe even just playing the other turn there.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe if it's player preference, but playing the out turn on that
Like,
shot would have created a little
probably
bit of a
under,
steeper
but if we
angle on
maybe
that
could
first
have
drop
tripped
that
it
you were hitting,
super flat.
creating less likely of a
But probably
chance for
under.
that jam. But
Little more.
I'm sure they will go back to that shot in the post-game debrief.
And if they're watching this feed, they're going to have to listen to us talk about it too.
Yeah.
Emma Yarmouth with her final stone here, looking to remove some yellow granite. Try to clear out the yellow stones and make a back double.
Hard roll. Hurting me.
Unable to make the double. Or a nifty roll. And it looks like it's going to be an open hit for Team Silvernagle.
Not too much. We need a pinch less.
Yeah, but you can roll into yours, right? From here, it looks like it.
Same weight.
So we just hear Christy and Jesse talk about
Slam the shit out of this.
the shot
It'll hold
here at
pretty
the hack
straight
end,
here.
and
I
they
think
do
just
have a little
pinch
bit
less,
of
Jesse.
some
Just a hair. Yep.
11, sorry?
Yep.
saving grace on the high side of that stone as they are able to roll into their own yellow stone if need be. Robyn Silvernagle saving a few seconds on her time clock with this open hit.
Whoa, clean.
Brings down for Christy Moore. And the team likes it. And bing, bang, boom, just like that. That is a 4-pointer on the board. And our first big score, Silvernagle now takes the lead at 5-4. We will see you back after a word from our sponsors in the sixth
Hang in there,
end.
folks. Hey, one more strong end. Let's not give it back.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, top 4.
Speed's the same all over.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Original 16, a great way to celebrate things done well.
You're running
There
a
it
bit.
goes. Now it's
We are
curling.
back with our A-QUALIFIER matchup
curl,
between
straight
Team
only,
Silvernagle
15.
and Team Richards at the Vern Poffenroth Memorial Arena in Rimbey, Alberta. It's the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Provincial Championship presented by Sentinel
that was
Storage.
good enough
My name is
to
Evan
win.
Asmussen, joined by Selena Sturmey. Our 6th sixth end is brought to you by Boston Pizza. For more than 50 years, Boston Pizza has had a proud history of participating and giving back to the communities in which we live and operate our restaurants in. The Boston Pizza restaurants of Northern Alberta understand the value of being involved in the community and in the sport of curling. Selena, a huge four-ender on the board. We heard as teams were going out to commercial, and we got to listen to them over their break of the sentiment of not giving it back.
Sorry, Amy.
And so we know that this game is meaningful. It is our final game in the A. This team will go off and play in the 1-2 page playoff game in our championship weekend. And all the cards are on the table for both teams. This game has a ton of meaning, and we are down to the wire. So Jessie Hyan throwing her first stone in the sixth end. Looking to make some contact with the Team Richards zone in the house.
Hard! 10-6.
And one of the sentiments that we heard from Team Silvernagle as we exited to our commercial break was to not give it back. To not give it back. So obviously Team Silvernagle, understanding that they just pulled themselves out of a deficit and recognizing that Team Richards is a healthy and worthy opponent for the evening. So how do they navigate it now that they've built themselves up to being 1 point on the scoreboard? What should we be expecting out of Team Silvernagle here in the sixth?
Yeah, I think it all comes just to momentum swing right now. Silvernagle had a big score for there, and they're going to be looking to continue on with that momentum and really push the issue of trying to force Richards to one in this seventh end here, and then again retain the hammer in the eighth end.
Thank you for reminding me we are in the seventh end and not in the sixth end. Because remember, we don't get it right all the time. But when we get it wrong, we make it right.
I'm always here for you, Evan.
Thank you. I'm glad you have my back. Oh, goodness.
It's been a day.
You know, it's been a day, Selena, and you know what? It's been a day of curling, and we've watched these teams compete, and for them too as well, it has been a day of curling, and we see that all the other B games are going on, but one of these teams is going to find themselves playing into that 1-2 page playoff qualifier, and the team that loses this game, they're going to have to go back into the mix of it all and work their way out of it too again. So we get the benefit of just saying, oops, but these teams, they got to go back to the drawing board. And Team Richards looking to find some of that magic that they had for the first four ends. You know, Selena, and that's something that I definitely noticed too as well. I play on my own men's team, and we will be participating at the Boston Pizza Men's Provincial Championship just in a few short weeks in Stettler, Alberta. And 10 ends is a lot. And both of these teams just did 10 ends. And then they had a wee little break, and then they're back on for 10 more. And so, you know, it's already 7 o'clock start time. It's just 8:45 here in Alberta. And these teams have been putting in a workday on this sheet, or on these, in this arena.
Totally. 10 ends is a different beast in itself. It's a long game, and these events can be grueling. They seem like they take forever.
Yeah. Whoa! Yep!
So one big, as we hear Robyn and her roar of Robyn, and the crosshouse double is made by Jessie Hunkin with a wonderful shot. She was able to even keep the shooter alive there, just biting onto the edge of the rings maybe.
They seem like they take forever.
She's made the reel a couple of times. She's going to like that.
Whoa! Yep!
So one big, as we hear Robyn and her roar of Robyn.
I feel like that's the difference
double is
between
made by
the
Jessie
first half of this
Hunkin.
game and the back half of this game is Jessie Hunkin is normally a really solid player and able to produce those pinnacle shots. Just in the first half, that wasn't necessarily happening, but
We're seeing them out of her now.
Yeah, I expect really no misses from her going on.
I just touched.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I actually play with Jesse Hunkin in Super League on Wednesday nights, and I'm going to take all the credit in her preparation for this event because, you know, I think after she gets to watch me throw a few stones, she's our skip in that evening. She probably goes, "Oh my God, I now know what not to do," and there she pumps out a cross-house double. You know what, Selena, we talked about this quite a bit at the U18 championship, but the scoreboard management and the theoretical ties and the hammer differentials and odds and evens. And right now, we still have 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 4 ends of play. We've got Team Yarmouth with the hammer. They're down 1 on the scoreboard. But how does Team Yarmouth, or I guess Team Richards, manage the scoreboard moving forward, recognizing that they're almost through the 7th end of play and they're going to have 3 more after?
Whoa!
Yeah, do you know what? I don't think they're in too much of a panic even after giving up 4.
Rage!
I think they're very happy with a blank here in 7 and look to kind of regroup and try and get a deuce and 8 and retain the hammer in the even ends.
Okay.
So wonderful hit and stick by Sophie Ryerchuk. Very open end here after that crosshouse double made by Hunkin to get themselves out of trouble.
I'm excited to see how this 8th end unfolds because I know that Team Richards is going to be going hard for their 2, and I think Team Silvernagle is going to be going really hard to force Team Richards to 1. So I think I'm expecting a lot of rocks in play next end and a very exciting end.
Clean weight's good. Clean.
So you see Silvernagle throw her first stone in what ended up being a clock-saving kind of end for both of these teams, as their next few shots are just going to be open hits, and hopefully Team Richards is able to escape this end with a blank. And I'm glad you mentioned that too, Selena. I mean,
Easy. Yeah.
we both know that Team Silvernagle comes with a ton of experience and they know how to play the game. They're crafty. They do have their own processes, but they would be able to manage and be flexible with any scenario. And we do know that Team Richards will have a lot of processes and a play for the 8th end here. Is that something that most teams equip themselves with, especially on in the later part of the game, or is this something that is just widely known in curling?
Easy.
I think a little bit of both. I think
Easy.
you know, I talk about good versus great teams again, but I think those really good teams have a goal in sight of how they want to be after the 6th end, the 8th end. And it kind of just breaks down the game a little bit easier for them to achieve those mini goals and put themselves in a position to win the game.
They must have just popped it.
You know, and you can just see the experience here in Robyn Silvernagle, looking not only to get a free chance at a draw late on in the game by having an open draw to the button, but also putting this rock in a different spot, as we just saw Emma Yarmouth able to make what is essentially the peel that she's going to have to make on her last one. So
I think yours was max, but I think
that experience of Robyn Silvernagle and getting the most out of this stone, even in an end that looks like it's just a wash, just goes to show that this team is
sorry about that. Okay, just peel.
Is able to draw on all they know to move themselves through events.
Yeah, intern.
5-5. Still gonna be there.
And those are those little nuances too that our viewers at home might not catch on to, right? And it's nice that we have people, you know, commentating who we're silly at times, of course, because we got to be silly to sit here and watch this for 3 ends and talk, or for 3 hours and talk about it. But the little bit of experience coming out of our commentators and being able to point that out, right? Like, that's not just a draw to the forefoot in a wash of an end, in a killer of an end. It's for her to learn that path and to learn what the draw to the button is late on in the game, and also to not give Emma an opportunity to recreate that shot that she just had thrown. And those are those nuances that our great teams, as you talk about, have versus just our good teams.
whoa, whoa. Heel.
So final rock in the 7th end of play, brought to you by Boston Pizza. Emma Yarmich hoping to make contact with the stone here and just slides by as the air is sucked out of the Vern Poffenroth Memorial Arena. That is a steal of 1 for Team Silvernagle. They are going to increase their lead 6-4 as we head into the 8th end of play. We will be back after a word and some commercials from our sponsors.
How can I miss a rock?
Okay.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. This is it. It all comes down to this rock. The hours in the gym, the weeks away from my family. This is what I've been training for. And all those voices trying to tear me down, I'm here to silence them. We've given everything we have for a chance to get everything we want.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
We welcome you back to the 8th end of our feature matchup of the A-QUALIFIER, Team Silvernagle versus Team Richards. We have a 6-4 lead for Team Silvernagle up on our scoreboard, but there is still a ton of game in play as we are into lead rocks already throughout our 8th end. My name is Evan Asmussen. I am joined by Selena Sturmey, and our 8th end is brought to you by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the proud accommodation partner of Curling Alberta, located in over 100 countries and territories that offers accommodations for all types of travelers. Best Western and Hotels and Resorts is an award-winning global network. Selena, it is 6-4. There was an oopsie-doopsie-whoopsie out of Emma Yarmich in our last end, not able to make the blank attempt and to keep this game within 1. But nonetheless, I would say that this game is still 50-50. And for our viewers at home or live, if you happen to be at the Peter Lougheed Community Center, you are able to purchase those 50-50 tickets on site or digitally from the comfort of your home. Big bucks, big rewards, and all of the proceeds, well, half of the proceeds, go in to developing curling back into our province throughout our communities, and it probably just so happened that your own community has benefited from the reward of that 50-50 too as well. So please head over to curlingalberta.ca. You'll be able to see it just at the top banner at that 50-50 little button. Click it, buy $10 worth, $20 worth, maybe $100 worth. Put mine and Selena's name on it if you'd like to. But we are back in action calling this 8th end. And Selena, I mean, for the first 5 ends, we saw a very sturdy Team Richards. And over the last couple of ends, noticeably in Jessie Hunkin and in Robyn Silvernagle, we have maybe seen a change in momentum.
Nice shot, Amy. 5-7. Okay.
Yeah, I think Team Silvernagle has finally got all 4 players on the same page. Their communication in between shots and in between ends have been really, really good, and I think that was kind of missing piece in the first little half of this game.
Don't mind her on ours.
Well, you know, I love that you said that too as well, because we did see some uncharacteristic misses out of Jessie Hunkin and Robyn early, and not because they were outrageous misses, but mainly because of how well Sophie Ryertruck and Emma Yarmich were playing. But I did kind of recognize in that moment when we saw them all come down, Christy and Jessie, in that hit and roll attempt or whatever it might be, that kind of was a pivotal moment for the game. And I think it was a really great a moment for the whole team to come together and focus in, lock in on what they're trying to accomplish for tonight. Because we do have our eyes on the moment of the game where I think somebody gets like a gift basket or something. I think we are the moment of the game so far.
Yeah, she's just kind of
I don't think that's how that works, Evan.
Oh, I could use a good gift basket.
Yeah.
So I like how you called this too as well, Selena. You were very clear in our last end of play that we would see Team Richards go into pursue mode and really try to generate some points. And we would see Team Silvernagle really try to push the envelope and make Team Richards play well. And it looks like that's the setup we have right now.
Girl, she said. Stay on your feet. Go. Yep, right over. Yep, go. Okay.
So we got the opportunity to listen into these players, Selena, and we've been talking kindly about the processes and about the uniqueness of the Team Richards and their training at the University of Alberta. And we got the opportunity to hear them talk about their game plan, the benefits of us being mic'd up alongside them, and to hear them. We heard them talk about their pursue mode here. Guide us through what that entails for Team Richards.
I will try my best, but I feel like I am a little bit out of touch with the U of A program. But back in the day, it basically just means that they are looking to score multiple. So they are going to put up a lot of guards. They're going to be playing a lot of draws, trying to get a lot of rocks in play. And at the end of the end, their goal is to hang a crooked number on the scoreboard.
So we think about them trying to generate points.
Wait's nice.
Do they have to score here? Or, like, is that what the intention is? Like, what if they take one?
Taking one isn't their ideal option, but yeah, definitely they do have to score in this end. Ideally a 2 or a 3, but I guess they would settle for a 1 over a steal 1 for the other team.
Well, I mean, obviously, I told you I was going to be your Vic, but like, I'm trying not to be too dumb, and that kind of sounded dumber than it was. But I mean, like, would they be okay with taking one single point here? Does it still kind of meet the objective, or are they like desperate for their deuce?
Yeah, definitely they would take their 1. I don't think that's the outcome they're looking for. So if there is a shot for 2, I would not be not be shocked if they try a shot for 2 or a harder shot for 2 versus a shot for 1.
Okay.
A wonderful hit and roll by Jessie Hunkin. And you know what? We talk about moments of the game. And as our last few ends have unfolded and as we continue to play these last 3 ends of play, I'm starting to get this feeling that we're going to see more moments out of Hunkin herself. She has definitely stepped it up. And we do have our first time out by Team Richards
Yeah, no,
to discuss
I agree.
this
I
pursue
don't know.
process.
You do or don't? Yeah. Yeah, like we'd have to be.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Within us, right? Yeah, it's hard.
Like to push it to the open like here?
Yeah.
Sure. Just get to as much as you know as possible.
Yeah.
With like back line?
Like back line. Yeah, that was my
So
first
probably I'm thinking like there. Yep. Okay. All right. Do you like that? Okay, you got it.
So timeout finished with Jessica Amundsen, their coach, and Team Richards deciding to play around the red guard
Like
and
a
tap that
14?
yellow stone back.
To a high 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a really good call. You're down a couple points later on in the game. We're not necessarily looking to remove any rocks. We just want to rearrange them in a way that is
Curl!
beneficial for us.
Just through! Curl!
I think this
through!
this
Curl!
shot selected kind of
Curl!
achieves
Curl!
all of those things.
Just through.
Yeah.
So stop it. Stop
yeah. Okay, that's okay. 2-7.
All right.
Looks like maybe a burnt rock there. I didn't quite catch it, but
Now, I haven't been able to stay
Just
close
through!
enough,
I
but
think this
No.
shot selected kind of achieves all of
maybe
those
just
things.
nicked it on, right there on the carve sweep when she was on her back stroke.
Okay, that's okay. 2-7.
And a very honest and innocent activity that happens there with burning the stones.
length out is your talent.
Kudos to
To
our sweepers being
fight.
able to
Room length out
identify
to fighting
that.
is your talent.
But that is tough because, of course, it looked like a shot well made and well attempted and well made. But to put themselves now back a rock deficit with the incredible skill of Jessie Hunkin coming up here, that might hurt that pursue play that they're trying to attempt
We're
here.
tight. We're
in the
top
eighth end.
12.
Top 12.
We're not quite in. We're half in.
I guess, Selena, if I had a play card, and after just seeing this Jessie Hunkin shot here, I don't know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it anyways, I would call the play balls to the walls now, probably.
Absolutely, yeah. You are in the thick of it, so you may as well try and make something out of nothing.
Yeah, and that's what Team Richards is going to have to do here. They're going to have to be crafty.
Yeah.
Like that was a shove.
Right? I can't believe how dirty
Wonder if you ever just ignore everything and just draw around the
Go
corner.
all around it. Yeah.
So deep.
Mine's shoveling? Yeah, because you're
I was thinking about that too.
like really there.
That intern. I mean, I'm not 100% sure of the path, and that's something that they'd have to talk about. But it does look like there's a gateway to get there
Sweeping straight stuff.
to the back of the forefoot,
Whoa!
or even
Curl. Curl.
around the corner.
Curl.
Yellow. There's options.
Curl. You're really close.
Trying to carve it here. Sticks it
That's
onto the side.
Good.
Great shot.
4.
And a great rebound and rebuttal after a burnt stone. Just a few rocks previously for Team Richards. To the back of the forefoot.
Oh. Whoa.
Or even
Curl. Curl.
around the corner.
Curl.
Yellow. There's options.
Curl. You're really close.
So, Selena, I know that you have been keeping your eye on the other sheets and on the other scores, and you and I have talked a lot going into this. First of all, I hope our audience knows Selena and I actually requested to work with one another, and because we knew that we'd be giving it to you, like we'd be bringing like everything we got for you this evening, and but you have your eyes on the other scores, and we've been talking about who we think are
for sure.
those deathly competitors, the ones that are out there, and we have our eyes on De Jong and Hartwell and all sorts of baddies out on the other sheets. But give us an update, Selena, as we see Robyn Silvernagle throw her first rock in the 8th end.
Top 8, top 4.
Yeah. So Janae De Jong still holds the lead 6-4 over Kaylee Shannon, playing the 8th end. Keely Duncan is still in a really tight match against Michelle Hartwell, but Keely Duncan is leading 6-5 going into the 8th end. And then a big comeback from Kayla Skrillick, who stole 1 in the 6th end and 4 in the 7th end.
Oh,
to take the lead 7-4 over Mila Plett going into the 8th end.
Well, you know, that's not only a big game, those are two of our probably event front runners, as we might perceive it, especially on paper. But yeah, when your back is up against the wall, maybe not on your last life, but proverbially when you have two giant teams trying to sort it out in the middle ground, those things tend to happen. And we also have to remember, Selena, like as we see Emma Yarmouth throwing her stone here, all of these players and athletes have the potential to make incredible shots, but just narrowly misses the run back double. Rolls her shooter under coverage. And sitting 2nd and 3rd shot.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary if Robyn doesn't make a good one here. The window of opportunity could open for Team Richards here.
Yeah.
And so you and I can see a sneaky 3 unfolding right now, but and that's how those end up on the scoreboard. Like I think about the Skirlick game, I think about our 7th end or 6th end here in our own game. Like they just a couple of small errors and a capitalization from the other team, and it's just like that, right? And I think a lot of our people who are just looking at the line scores on Curling Zone, they might go, oh, a 4-ender or a 5-ender, but they don't recognize that that comes out of just a small error and one big make out of the opposition, typically.
Do you think so? T-line?
So Silvernagle trying to avoid giving back a big end as Emma Yarmouth and Team Richards has 2nd and 3rd shot. Trying to get a big bounce here on that stone, but it does look like there's a double opportunity.
No, we just pooched the line call a little. We should just split them. Oh, yeah.
So you're hearing that out of Christy, just recognizing that it was always a little bit heavy, but maybe they could have changed, pivoted.
That's probably good. Okay.
What do you think, Selena?
Medium?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell. I think he would have had to probably sweep it
Medium?
curl the whole way. They didn't get by that top guard by much.
Yeah.
So I think maybe just a little bit more of an overthrow than anything.
Medium.
Right.
Else there.
And sometimes there's not a lot you can do in those situations, right? You're expecting one thing, you get something different.
Especially late in the game, it is not uncommon for the middle of the ice to get a little bit slower. So being a more veteran player and knowing that, it is very easy to overthrow those expecting it to be slow, and then turns out it's not slow.
And just like that, the double is made, and Emma Yarmouth and Team Richards grab a 3-ender in our 8th end to take a 7-6 lead back going into the 9th end. We have a game, friends.
Okay.
Don't go too far. Get yourself a little sody pop out of the fridge,
without-
and we will come
I'm
back
like shaking.
after our commercial break.
Good, sweet. Good call, so. Bingo. Okay, we are 9th.
Welcome back to Rimbey, Alberta, the host community for our 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Provincial Championship presented by Sentinel Storage. My name is Evan Asmussen. I'm joined by Selena Sturmey. It is our A-qualifier matchup. Silvernagle and Richards, slow and steady at the beginning, but just nothing but chaos and recklessness here in the last few ends as we've seen a 3-ender go on the board and a 4-ender go on the board. Our score is 7-6 for Team Richards as they pick up a 1-point advantage over Team Silvernagle. We've got 2 ends of play. Selena, our 9th end is brought to us by Original 16, the official beer of Curling Alberta, and the Ice Lounge.
Just a hair soft on you.
We, however, are not indulging in a nice beverage because we are here trying to keep ourselves sane as we are watching this A-qualifier unravel into some really great curling and a surprising 3-ender nonetheless. Walk us through those last couple of shots and that outcome for Team Richards.
Honestly, I think it was just capitalizing on some of Team Silvernagle's misses. They were able to put those points on the board. I think Robyn's last one was just a little bit of a mismanage and left them a window of opportunity that they were able to capitalize on.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it at the start of the game, what were going to be some of the keys, and we for sure know that Richards has a process and they got their pursue, so they can chalk that up on the data there. That's a win for them. But they did get their process in play in that moment, and You're right. We did talk about one of the keys being Silvernagle's or Team Silvernagle's experience. And we got to overhear Christy Moore there just at the end with how that last one was kind of overthrown / managed. And yeah, I mean, it's got to happen all 10 ends, doesn't it? And this game is a good example of that. I mean, it's they are 10 end games, and a few points on the board definitely doesn't mean that the game is over. As we see in some of our other games. So for those of you who are watching at home, you can click along the Curling Zone website, or you can head over to curlingalberta.ca/competition/scores, and you can find all of them there. Or you can take a look at Curling Alberta's YouTube channel, and you can see all the other games that are featured. Of course, they are without mine and Selena's beautiful and lovely voices. It is a Thursday evening. It's our A-QUALIFIER, and we have a game.
Okay. It's okay. Just a little up. 5-0.
So a lot of congestion in that forefoot, Selena.
Judge.
We talked about, both teams in the 8th end coming in. Richards trying to score a crooked number, and Silvernagle trying to force the envelope and try to put some pressure on them. But now tables may be a little bit turned, as each one of these teams has a theoretical hammer throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, based on Silvernagle throwing a corner, I think they're looking to score multiple this end. You will see some teams potentially wanting to blank it out and try and retain the hammer in the 10th end to score 2.
Back 4, right to it.
Silvernagle definitely looking to score a couple here, and Richards is going to try and force them to 1 so that they are tied coming home with hammer.
Now, I don't want to pick your brain too much because it is 9:20 our time. And you and I mean, we're public servants. You're a nurse. I'm a teacher. We've seen a day already today. But, Selena, there's always been this conversation about how you want to go into the last end and what you want your scoreboard to look like. Thoughts, opinions, 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down. What's the journey?
I think that's completely individualized to your team. Personally, I would say I'm a fan of being 1 up without. But yeah, I feel like that just really comes down to stats and where your team excels. Whether that's generating points with the hammer or maybe forcing your opponent to...
4-8. It's okay.
Still unsolved mystery to me.
Okay. Well, you know
what about you, Ev? What do you like?
Here's the thing. I don't want to play 10 ends.
Fair.
I want to be off. So, if we're not winning by 5 or 6 at the 8th or 9th end, I don't know. You've lost me. I'm out. I don't have an input. No, you know what? I think we've always played it where we do like to be up on the scoreboard too as well. So being 1 up rather than being 1 down or 2 down is always better for us. Though we found ourselves in positions like this or like that throughout the season, I think there's just that little bit of comfort in knowing that you do have that 1 point cushion on the scoreboard. As we see Team Silvernagle 1 down in this 9th end, having a little community chat.
This is spinning back onto that, though.
We just get our overhead look here. We can kind of see the angles that they're talking about as Christy waves down to Jesse Hyan. They might be looking to call a timeout.
I think she's hitting that too.
There it is. You know what? We work hard, but the people at Curling Zone, they work way harder. So these are the angles that our athletes are talking about here. Trying to figure out if there's a way to move some of those reds out of the forefoot without them negotiating or connecting with that yellow one or that red one that are kind of preserved behind coverage.
I do too.
What do you see, Selena?
I feel like you really want to score the send, so I think you have to address that guard.
Yeah.
I think the question is are you just playing straight peel, or are you trying to
Where are you driving it on?
run it back into the works and see what happens?
Well, if anybody is going to cause some damage, it's going to be this fine lady in Jessie Hunkin. She has been on fire these last couple of ends. So we'll see what kind of outcome she creates for Team Silvernagle with her first stone in the 9th end. It just looks like they're peeling it clean. I taught her how to do those, by the way. Those peels. Wednesday night.
Good throw.
I taught her how to make them with 10 seconds. It's tough being a lead, being asked to throw a peel, you know? I throw one speed, one slide. That's it. If I got to throw a hit,
it's all you get.
Falling over, yeah.
Room! Running!
Do a Sophie Ryer check.
Running!
Trying to replace the guard that was just removed by Jessie Hunkin and Team Silvernagle. As it currently looks, I think Team Richards is sitting one for sure, most likely two.
You're really close. Okay, whoa!
And without the hammer, but 1 point up on the scoreboard.
Oh, good.
Selena, in the U18 championships, I had the privilege of commentating for most of that week and weekend, and we talk about, of course, level of play is different, precision, accuracy, all that good stuff. It looks a little different at the U18 level, but we talk very highly about the control zone and the top of the rings and just outside of the rings there, and what I'm licking my lips for in this end, because I love to see just crazy things happen, but I see those 2 yellow stones of Silvernagle, and I think those are going to turn into something really juicy.
Yeah, the angles for them right now are really good, so I don't think you have to do anything with those.
Okay, so
I am a little bit surprised that she's looking just to nose that outside red, though.
So the one to our left.
Yeah, I still think you have to address that guard. I don't know.
Yeah, we could.
So you mean address it as in like run it into that yellow that's frozen onto the red kind of a thing?
That, or you can even run it into the red on the side.
Right.
Rolling into ours, which is fine, but we could try.
Okay. It looks like they heard you. Jessie Hunkin, final stone, 9th end. Looking to make the run back, but maybe a little set on release. Oh, JK, she was just peeling it.
You don't like that?
So it's really coming down to the wire, trying to use those 2 remaining stones of Robyn's to move those red stones out of the forefoot. And as we see it again, the overhead view, it is currently only 1 shot stone for Team Richards, as it looks like that yellow stone frozen to it is out counting the red stone next to the one on the T line.
Yeah. Okay.
So good guard being asked for out of Emma Yarmich. Ideal position, Selena, for this stone. We talked about line the last time. Is this line in weight?
I do think it's both.
Close. I thought either.
If you're too tight to the rings, I think Robyn's
Tight
just
half.
going to be running it back, and
Tight
the
half.
closer you are to those other rocks,
Half.
the easier it makes
Half high.
that run back for Robyn.
Half.
But you definitely have to get the line right on this shot as well. It's guards are some of the hardest shots out there.
Curl.
Well, and a lot of our viewers and spectators might not recognize,
I got it.
and they might actually criticize some of our athletes too, as well as
Sorry.
Emma Yarmich over curls the center line there, recognizing she was a little tight on release. But this ice is prepared a lot differently than the ice that they might experience in their
But
own
he
home
said
clubs. Of
better
course, the venue
we wanna
itself
keep
is
that one.
different,
They have the
but
The yellow.
it's a whole
Yeah,
different
because
environment. And
One on the right more,
some of
though.
these teams are
But I think
playing
this
on
is
it
an easier
again
shot
for their
than
first
the one
time in a
on the
long time, or maybe they don't get the consistent play on arena ice, but it is a different surface. And so as some of our viewers are watching curling on Curling Zone across the provinces, they're going to recognize that their surface that they're watching on their screen will definitely look a lot different than the one in their home club.
Yeah, I guess so. Sorry.
Sounds good. Yep. Whatever you know the ice best for. Yep. You got it.
Christy Moore, always so positive. Robyn Silvernagle with her first stone here, trying to capitalize on that over curl.
Hair
Just
firm.
thrown by Emma Yarmich.
Really hard. Really hard. You got it, Jess. Clean. Yep. Hard. Clean. Clean. Clean.
Hear the line call out of Jessie Hunkin and the guiding out of Christy Moore. Nose
Very
hit,
good.
does make connection, jams at the back, but it lines everything up nicely. Like this looks like a really messed up version of Sudoku or word cross or something. We got those top two on the right. They're lined up to the back red, and the two yellow on the side of the center line, they're all lined up on the other red. I don't know.
Are
The
they
mind
shot-
boggles, Selena, but
They're
everything looks
one.
good for
Hey,
yellow,
yeah,
doesn't
just
it?
guard. You want to just guard?
It does, but I'm
do you
on
think we come across the
Team
face?
Richards guard train here. I think if you guard all
I know,
of
but that's
that,
only for two,
it's
right?
it's
That's
a
fine.
tough draw for two.
Do we go this? I think we might have to come this way.
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
I like this choice by Emma and by Sophie. So they just had an over curl with this same path here, this path that they had taken with the first guard, and now they're recognizing that they can take a little bit of ice into the 8-foot
Guard.
and make the guard the other way.
Does that look like close ice or?
I love
Kind
that.
of looks like a lot.
Something that we probably both learned
Maybe
at
a
the U
little
of A.
less. Does that look better? Little less.
Remember, better to curl than keep it straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's probably good.
Yeah.
Are you wanting mid?
Sorry.
Do you want mid depth?
Yeah.
I think same to foot less than your last time. Then yeah, you got it.
So guard being asked out of Emma Yarmich and Team Richards, as we have
Off.
Amy
Half
Wheatcroft and Rachel Jakes
Over
on
and
the
off.
broom.
Over and off.
It looks like it's already curling early as we get the
We're
over and off
No.
call
No.
We're just
out
over.
of Sophie
Just over.
Ryerchuk. Recognizing it might over curl.
Yep. The over and off is never a good thing.
See, and here's the thing. I love it when they say over and off because that's less sweeping for me.
That's fair. That is fair. I never thought of it that way.
Oh, yeah, see? Glass half full, Selena. It did over curl, but I don't know if it changes much. Maybe it does.
I still think you can I almost think you can hack it out. With how much it curls.
Yeah. No, it's good. Okay.
That or yeah, you hammer the outside of that yellow one.
Yeah.
They're like the same as us.
Are you seeing a shot for
They would
three?
at the free.
I think I'm seeing 2 at most, but
Two.
Okay. So
Okay, so now we're just looking at maybe just a draw for the second
we're
point.
just in pursuit, I
Yeah.
think, either way. Sorry. With last rock, tied, pursue, one down. Or sorry, wait, protect. Protect. Okay, yeah. Or will be.
All right, Robyn Silvernagle, our 9th end of play, looking to put 2 points up on the board, and a vital 2 points if she wants to take a 1-point lead into the 10th end.
Line only.
Christy Moore and Jessie Hyen on the sweep. Christy Moore on the inside, Jessie Hyen on the outside. Does it have enough to do what it needs to do? It does not. And with an over curl, it looks that Team Silvernagle is only going to pick up the single point. And it will be a tie
I don't know,
game.
Evan. They're looking at it.
No.
They are. Oh, okay.
Come on. Like, I have been wrong about so much this game. I am not wrong about that one. We are going into a tie game into our 10th end. Selena and I are having a good time. We hope you are too. We'll see you back after our word from our sponsors.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
We are on the edge of our seats, Selena and myself, as we are all tied up going into our 10th end of action in the A-qualifier between Team Silvernagle and Team Richards. We are at the Vern Poffenroth Memorial Arena in the Peter Lougheed Community Center. Our coverage is brought to you by Curling Stadium. And our championship is brought to you by Sentinel Storage. It is our 10th end. And of course, we've got rocks already in play. Our 10th end is brought to you by Bel Air Direct. It offers curling, Alberta's curlers and their families with the exclusive discounts on insurance. And insurance we do not have right now, Selena, because this game could go to anyone. So, Selena, we've got a rock off the center line. We got a rock at the top of the floor. We've got two teams trying to get out of this with a win and to find themselves in the 1-2 page playoff game. We got a team who is desperately trying not to put their back up against the wall in the B. Let's find out what's happening in our B games across the other sheets so far. Take it away.
It's really trying.
Starting off with Janae DeJong versus Kaylee Shannon. Kaylee Shannon had a big steal of 3 in the 8th end to lead the game 7-6, playing the 9th end. Keely Duncan versus Michelle Hartwell are tied at 8 apiece. going into the 10th end with Michelle Hartwell having hammer.
You know what? I called it.
Clean.
Michelle Hartwell
clean.
for the whole championship.
Whoa.
Anyways, carry
She's
on.
been playing very well.
Oh, she's had a season. I love it.
Do not leave that woman to draw to the forefoot.
Love it. I hope I see her tomorrow. I hope we see her tomorrow night.
Yeah. And then lastly, Kayla Skrlik, after being down, has clawed her way back with 4 ends of consecutive steals. Sorry,
Wow.
3 ends of consecutive steals to now lead the game 8-4, playing the 9th end. I do not have a 9th end update though for you.
So it is safe to say the only insurance that we do have is that a whole bunch of teams after tonight's draw are going to be down in a tougher position. A whole bunch of good teams are going to be in a tougher position after tonight's draw. My name is Evan Asmussen. We welcome you back. We have Team Richards with the hammer in our final end of action. Supposedly, though, Selena did jinx it because she said it could not go an extra end, and never say never. Team Richards hoping to make sure that they have a pathway to the forefoot or to the button to score that winning point and to take them into the 1-2 page playoff game. Selena, as we recap some of this game and as we take a look at the scoreboard and some of the big shots, of course, we are responsible for the moment of the game. But what have been some of the key momentum swingers as we think about our game so far?
Yeah, so there is 2 that kind of stand out for me. The first one obviously being Emma's double for 3. Was a huge momentum swing. The other one that may not be everybody's favorite pick, but I think Robyn Silvernagle's draw to give up a steal of 1. Although they gave up a steal 1, it was a game saver because I think she was looking at 3 or 4. So if she doesn't make that, that easily could have been the game right there.
You could try the double 1.
This game has had its moments and a variety of momentum swings, but it looks like as we see it right now, Richards in the driver's seat as those elusive and evasive guards that Silvernagle so desperately needs to hold on to if they want to steal this end are slowly starting to slip out of their grasp.
Clean.
This looks
Watch
like a
where the
good
red
shot.
And able to
7,
touch
8.
the top of
Good.
that red one too as well and promote it, though I don't know if that's necessarily a great thing. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
That yellow rock of Silvernagle's very lonely in a very wide open house, but has potential to put them in a good position at the final stone of this end.
Yeah, half. Good half. Are you going to tell her? Half. Just half. On the blue. On the blue logo. Just half, Robyn. It's not there. Gotta go.
You know, like so here's the thing, Selena, I spend a lot of time with children.
Me
Mainly
too.
because
Me
both
too.
you and I do. We spend a lot of time with children, and we know that you got to come to these situations and events with positivity, right? Just like the kids do, just like it's just like when there's any troubling times. And I'm so enamored with Christy Moore, and I know she's been around for many years. She's won this championship with her own team multiple times, skipping and at a different position across a couple of decades, truthfully. And not to age her, of course, but it's just so incredible that you can see, even in these tight moments, where it's super easy to just kind of be, tense and uptight, to sit back and to really have what the kids would call, this is where I'm rounding it back to the kids, to have the riz, they got the riz. And I'm just a big fan of Christy's riz.
No, I agree. She's definitely a one-of-a-kind player. She has the energy. She has the competitiveness.
Right on the blue.
She is the hype girl. She's kind of
Hair higher.
all of the personalities in one. And
We're a hair
I think
higher.
Robyn
just
Silvernagle also
above it.
really relies on her for strategy when she's second guessing herself or wanting a second opinion. So she's all around a really, really great player.
And if they don't find themselves successful in this game, in the outcome of this game, I think that and Christy herself are going to be is going to be a massive asset. And we know the last time that Christy won this championship, maybe not the last time, but when she won it on her own, she came from like the deep depths of the event and crawled her way up and through and ended up winning. And so she knows what it
I'm probably
takes
gonna have to draw in my last.
when it's time. And maybe if she doesn't get the moment of the game, she definitely gets the moment of my heart.
Oh, that's super cute.
All right, I need to go to bed.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm being told that that's not how Riz works.
You're cooked.
Cooked. I'm being told via a million text messages that that is not Riz.
If you feel comfortable with
Well,
it,
whatever. She has it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, she has it.
Harder.
I'll go back to work tomorrow and I'll pick up some new lingo for the B-qualifier.
I know. That's why I'm like.
A wonderful setup for Team
Here, try the rock.
Silvernagle, and we did talk about
If you miss
in
the
that
line,
last
peel.
attempt that peel on the yellow rock at the top of the 12 and how they did kind of touch the top of that red stone promoting it. It did act as a guard for Team Silvernagle in the top of the rings. So closing down the scoring area and acting as a guard. Team Silvernagle does have a chance to come out of this this game with the steal. The only benefit right now to Team Richards is that that yellow rock is hugging just a small little bite of the back button, leaving a little bit of space for her to, with a really good draw, to maybe secure the win with this shot right now.
Really tight.
Line caller is calling it tight.
It's not what you want to hear.
Really scrubbing to try to get it past that top red that they did promote just a few rocks ago. It does shave the side of it and rolls to the top of the 4-foot. We instantly hear Jesse Hunkin and Silvernagle call a timeout as if their life depended on it, but not the outcome that Richards was needing, but not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Oh, I guess they're done.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm all on
Okay, so-
board for the guard. I think you just want to take away that little tap. And by doing that,
No,
you
like, no
force
time, so
her
we gotta
to
decide quick.
play a new path and a new turn for
They're guarding.
for the draw to
Do we
win.
ever play the double tap?
Now, Selena,
what
we watched
Right? So I think you'll get there with that, no problem.
Emma Yarmich over curl on one of her guards coming from the outside in, and then we saw them change and come kind of like across the center line. It looks like Robyn is going to take the outside path in towards. Is she at risk of over curling this?
She pulled back quite a bit.
It could be. I mean, I think it's just up to personal preference, whichever way you know. Yeah,
Sure.
to make that shot. But
We're hearing an over and off call too. It does sound like it's maybe a little bit heavy. Christy's saying it's good. We gotta hope because she's got the Riz, and we always listen to Christy. But it does over curl maybe a little bit heavy.
yeah, I think heavy more than anything. You know, on this arena ice, it's all really late finish, and obviously the further the rock goes, the more it curls. So I think more so just of a weight issue on that one. If she was 3 feet shorter, it would have been a perfect shot.
Yeah.
Well, Selena,
Yeah.
I'm not one to really judge, and I've been saying it, and as people know me the most, they know that I am the most judgmental, but I did label this game as maybe a little bit of a David and Goliath kind of scenario, and we know what happens in that story, and an opportunity for it to manifest tonight as Emma Yarmich is able, with an opportunity to make a tap attempt for the win, and to take the A-qualifier into the 1-2 page playoff game. Sweepers off this early, calling it back 12, so maybe a little bit heavy No line call yet. No sweep curl. Hand on the mouth. And a look of
All good, Emma.
disappointment as it sails by. All good, Emma.
Good game. Good luck.
And handshakes
Good
all
game,
around.
good
We
luck.
have Silvernagle steal
Good game. Good luck. Good game. Good luck.
the A-QUALIFIER.
Good game.
And though we may be shocked with that outcome, of course, we never love to see a team win on a miss. But nonetheless,
Maybe help me out.
maybe an outcome that
My ass.
3 hours ago we may have thought would have happened anyways. Selena, it is the end of our A-QUALIFIER. It is the end of our time together, but we do have one responsibility right now as we chalk it up. Team Silvernagle with an 8-7 win over Team Richards. It is our time and our job tonight to announce the Sentinel storage moment of the game, and I know you put some deep thought into this. So walk us through when, where, who, why, how, and then I can get my cooked butt off of this live feed.
I feel like I am gonna give it to Robyn Silvernagle for her draw.
Oh, I'm thankful
I
for
believe
my
it was in the
teammates
fifth
today.
end to give up a steal one. Those draws are not easy when you're facing a pile. And that easily could have been game over at that point. So I think that was a game-saving draw, although it was to give up a steal one. So I think that's my vote.
So you heard it, friends. Those of you who are listening to our live stream, you're going to see it on our Instagram page, Curling Alberta's Instagram, and all of the socials. We've chalked it up as the game-saving draw by Robyn Silvernagle and Team Silvernagle as you have captured your moment of the game. Selena, thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow night. My name is Evan Asmussen. That comes to a conclusion of our A-QUALIFIER of the 2025 Curling Alberta Women's Championship presented by Sentinel Storage and brought to you by Curling Stadium. We are in Rimbey, Alberta all week. Head on down, grab your tickets, join us on our live stream. You're going to hear some amazing commentators, Selena and I mostly, and then you're going to hear Jason Ginter and Darren molding into the playoff weekend. Tons of fun. If you're a subscriber into the YouTube page, get onto the chat, send us your comments, tell us how amazing we are, send us Amazon gifts, send us Original 16 beer to our door. We love that for us. We love that for you, and have a lovely night. We will see you tomorrow night.
Round them up, move them in. No place for your saddle and cowboy boots after the Calgary Stampede? At Sentinel Storage, we are proud to provide you with storage solutions that safeguard your valuables. Whether you're moving, renovating, or simply require extra space, we offer convenient and secure storage that caters to all needs. Find the Sentinel storage you need close to home. For a free estimate, visit sentinel.ca.